Hey, welcome to the ladies' room. It's your girl, Ashley Michelle, and I got the whole crew here. We got Mrs. Jovo to you.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
We got Mrs. Cannon Hill.
Hey.
And the triple OG. we also have our girl Raven coming to join us a little later. So welcome to the ladies' room. We're so happy you all could join us. We have a good show for y'all. We cannot wait. We're talking about some current hip hop drama. We're talking about power couples. We're talking about entertainment. We're talking about a lot of different things tonight. All right. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like and share on your social media pages. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our first topic. Okay. Y'all ready?
Yep. We got Tony too. Let's add him to the screen.
All right. Hey, Tony.
What's up?
Tony!
How you doing?
Tony.
What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Triple OG.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Tony Love. You know, your thing changed your name in my phone, so I got to change it back. You're trying to be professional.
Oh, what did it change it to?
Tony, your whole name.
Oh, Antonio.
Whatever you put in there.
I don't know.
Yeah. But all righty.
All right, y'all. We gonna jump right in. Our first topic is just a little spice and just kind of cutting up with this entertainment. Yeah. So Nikki versus Meg. So Cannon, this was your idea, right? So all of this conversation, this little beef they have going on. So you want to start us off with this conversation?
You see how you just want to sort out that this was your idea, you know. Listen,
you gotta
Nikki and Meg have had the interwebs. Okay, Beyonce's in a chokehold for like the past 5 days. All right, so you had to have been under a rock not to have glanced at it.
Oh, it's not like I didn't see any of it.
No, I wasn't talking about you in particular. That was just my intro.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, basically the girls are fighting. From what I understand, you know, Nikki and Meg the Stallion have been having a beef for a few years now, I guess. Throwing subs, I suppose, at each other. To me, it seems like it started from the fact that Meg the Stallion collaborated with Cardi B after, you know, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj had their beef. So, but the way Nicki Minaj tells the story, they beefed because she tried to make her drink and she knew she was trying to get pregnant or something. Which, I mean, fine, whatever you say. Yeah, she said she tried to make her drink while she was trying to get pregnant, so she got upset. But
who tried to make who drink before she got?
That Meg the Stallion tried to get Nikki to drink alcohol while she was trying to get pregnant. So that's why she say she don't like her. That's what Nikki says is the first reason why. But I think it just seems convenient because they did a song together, her and Meg the Stallion. Hot Girl Summer, I think it was called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was called Hot Girl Summer. It didn't do that well. And then Meg went and collabed with Cardi, who was already into it with Nikki. And then all of a sudden, Nikki had a problem with Meg. So I don't know. It just seems a little bit of an interesting timeline for me. But who has heard his? Who has heard the Meg's diss track?
I heard it.
Okay, so what were your?
I heard a little bit of
it.
Okay. So apparently in that diss track, Meg didn't name any names, and she talked about a lot of people. A lot of people are, you know, connecting the dots on who they feel like she was talking to. Where I know she threw some shots at Drake, which was well deserved. You know, a bunch of people call strays, but Nikki was the only one who came out and, you know, started losing her mind over the internet. So and she didn't name her. So it was kind of definitely really hit dog hollering. And I think it got Nikki out here looking real crazy. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
So there was nothing in the song that could make somebody reasonably think she was talking about Nikki.
Yeah. It was because they would think, but it applied to a lot of people. She said the line in question, which we are pretty sure is what has Nikki in a tizzy, is these H's are not mad at
These
Megan.
hoes.
They're mad at
Who ain't afraid to
Megan's
curse?
They're mad at Megan's Law. And for those of you who aren't aware, Megan's Law is what requires registered sex offenders to, to register when they move somewhere, which her husband is one, her brother is one. And I mean, along with a number of other people in Hollywood. So the shoe was fitting and she put it on and started running around with it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I do remember that. It's like reference to Megan's Law. Made people think that she was trying to diss, Nikki.
She was.
Well, she definitely was, but I mean,
all right. What you think? What you think, Darryl?
About the diss? I liked it. I like everything about Megan. So, but I like the diss.
Okay, what you like about it? You just
I like the song. She was spitting the good stuff. She was on point with the, she was talking about all her haters and everybody that's butting in her business, calling her liars and stuff like that about things that they don't know about. People just going off the net, reading these headlines about everything that went on, her shooting and her body work or whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna get too much into the hissy stuff about it. Because I don't know too much. I just listen to a lot of stuff on the way from work. But I heard some stuff about Nicki Minaj talking about Megan's lipo or whatever the case may be. But I don't understand how you didn't have your whole body done, but you're talking about somebody's lipo. I don't get when people talk about things like that. Like if you had your body done, how you talking about somebody else that got their body done? Right. And think you really flexing though. Like like it don't make no sense to me. So when I heard Nikki's diss, I'm like, okay, this don't make no sense. Like you got to come a little bit harder than that. Tell us some stuff that don't apply to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a fat man going and rapping about another fat guy. Like you fat too. What like how you really dissing somebody? Like you eat 12 burgers just like he ate 12 burgers. You know, but that's just the part that got me like was Nikki like because I don't know the truth about everything what's going on anyways, but I do know a diss record when I hear one, and that Meg's was way better than Nikki, so I'm gonna go with Meg. And plus, I love Meg Thee Stallion. She can do no wrong in my eyes, and that's what I'm rolling with. Yes.
So you think Meg is more talented than Nikki?
Oh, of course she's more talented. And I was just listening to Nikki talk. I was just like, I see why she do all of these theatrics because she's really not that talented. Even like when you just listen to her talk, it's like, what are you talking about? Like she changed her voice like 100 times during the conversation, and then she talks like she's high or something, and she just be going all over the place. And I was just like, is this girl retarded?
No, okay. Let's be fair. Nicki Minaj is very talented, but she's losing her mind right now, so it's not showing. That's what's happening.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't really follow Nicki, but like that. But Meg is more talented.
I don't really follow either one, but this girl on Instagram tried to come for me because I have made a comment about Nicki Minaj.
Oh, why you do that?
I know, right? The bar, whatever, tried to come for me.
They doxing people.
Oh my goodness. They said something about like, no, it was like this weird, she's weird. Like, she's just weird to me. And so I was like, is she ever normal or something? Like, I forgot what I said. And she just straight came for me. Like, yeah, I thought that she always kind of acts like that. So what makes you say that she's like going crazy?
Oh, I mean, no, the thing is she's gotten worse over the years. She hasn't always necessarily acted like that. But I think that her fan base feeds into it a lot. And then I think once, she's been like the rap girl for like 10 years all by herself and rap. And I think once the other girlies started coming out, she just started spiraling. That's what it seemed like to me. And so she started to lean more into her shenanigans. And it do seem like she owns something. A little something. I don't know what it is, but it seemed like she owns something.
Okay. For a long time, I thought it was just like a gimmick, but you know,
I do think it's a gimmick, but it's like whack. It's whack. Shit.
Yeah. All right, let's.
What you think, Tony?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I think you said earlier, like, if you haven't heard about this beef, you must be under a rock. And I'm like, I'm from under a rock. Like, what? What's going on? So, I didn't hear nothing about it, but I will say anytime something's like this, like they're both big enough to the point to where that publicity is only going to lift both of them up anyway. So it's good for both teams. So regardless of what team you're rooting for, they both gonna do good. They both gonna come out clean. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. I actually wondered if they like tried to, like, if they formulated this together, like if they planned it together.
I don't think so, because Nikki is not that good of an actress to be pretending. Like, she's really serious, and she seemed like she was on something. Like, the song came out. This is the thing. The song came out, and she just started tweeting, like, and she was on live streams, like talking to her fans for like hours and hours and going in. It's like somebody who get mad, like, you know what I'm saying? They can't control themselves because they've been triggered. And like Nikki's diss that she came back out with was horrible. And the main stuff she was saying in her diss was, she was like, "You lying on your dead mama." It was just like, well, it gives very much like you don't have anything to say and you so triggered, so now you just trying to say the worst stuff you could think to say. That's not, you know what I mean? It's like, your mama dead, like, okay, girl, mama dead. All right.
I just seem like she just took everything out the headlines to say and just said like you getting shot in the foot, your lipo and stuff like that. It was like, okay, like this shit is old. What are you still talking about it for? It don't seem like nothing that she's talking about even affecting her to be like, I don't even know. I still don't know why she's really mad at it. It can't be because of that drinking thing. It can't be because of that. And if it is, that's like, no, God damn, you this big and that's what made you mad because someone offered you a drink while you was pregnant?
Yeah, no, it's because she collaborated with. First of all, it's because Nikki does not like the new girls. Period. She don't want no new girls to come.
Yeah. So I know it's bigger than just a drink. So
yeah. So as long as she can keep them like under her, or she feel like they less than her, she cool. But if she feel like they getting too much shine, she gonna have a problem with it. She's gonna be mad. So I feel like the beef was because she collabed with Cardi after she was into it with Cardi, and her and Cardi's song WAP did way better than Hot Girl Summer. Way better than Hot Girl Summer. So I think that was another nail in the coffin. So she was super salty about that. And then from that, she just been real like super salty. And then it's also the fact that she's super insecure about the fact that she did marry that registered sex offender. Like you did. Like he got a whole, like, why did you marry him? I mean, like, why would you do that?
And not only that, Nikki, okay, so I think it's Nikki's brother that got in trouble with some stuff in reference to a minor and something sex related. And then it's another rapper or somebody that she deals with also got in trouble for this as well. And then now you're married to a dude. And so my thing for Nikki is, hey, when you play stupid games, you get these types of consequences. Like, that's one point that I wanted to make about it. And then the second one is, this has to happen like between two female rappers or two big rappers. This has to happen at least every 7 to 10 years. It's been happening. It's been happening.
Well, it happens with Nikki, with everybody, though.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of. I'm trying to think of the female rapper that this kind of was.
Right, Lil Kim and Nikki.
For a minute, when Lil Kim first came out, she was kind of the same way too. Like, it was just like anybody who come on the scene, like, you either need to be on my level, but you can't be above me, or I'm gonna have something to say about it. But of course, we didn't see all of that as, it's not as apparent because back in the 90s, like, like there was no social media, so it was like, but you you could. I remember reading, and shout out to everybody who used to read, Hip Hop Weekly and King Magazine and all those things. I feel old right now talking about this, but Kim used to quote like hella quotes about other female rappers for real. And then back then Kim came out when the 90s talk shows were big, so everybody wanted her on the show to ask her that infamous question: why do you rap this way? Why do you dress this way? So and other female rappers would try to come for her low key, and Kim always had like a response. So this gotta happen every 7 to 10 years. But Nikki kind of asked for that though, with how she moving.
I mean,
because, she shouldn't even get mad when people like joke with her husband.
She definitely been asking for it, and to me, what's crazy is that Drake took way more hits in that song than anybody, and he ain't said nothing. Like when she said she told him he posted.
He did nothing.
What she said about Drake?
She said talking about BBLs, the niggas walking around with the same scars. She said, what she say? She say then she say posted up in a nigga hood like a bad bitch.
It's hilarious.
She's
getting a kick out of this.
It was hilarious. But the thing is, I mean, we've seen rap beefs and things like that, and at the end of the day, Meg did it how you supposed to do it. You supposed to get in there. You supposed to say some stuff, and it was like Nikki, the way she handled it, she was already at a disadvantage because again, Megan didn't even name any names. So for you to come out that butthurt on social media like that about the, you know what I mean? It's like you real sensitive about this, right? Like she just said, y'all not mad at Megan, y'all mad at Megan's law, and you come out like, what? She ain't said nothing about Nikki. She ain't said nothing. You could have just acted like you didn't even know what she was talking about, but you wanted to come out and act a fool. You act like she came and said Nicki Minaj's husband is a predator, and this is, you act like she didn't say none of that. So it's like, but then what's crazy is that Megan, it's like Megan, I feel like it's being super smart right now. She kind of she already knew. It's like she set you up because she went on the radio station like the day before, like the day she dropped it, and they were asking her like, well, who was it about or this and that, and she was like, whoever the shoe fit. She was like, they could wear it, and then Nikki went and put it on like, it's me, like it was just
right. Yeah.
And so she and Megan didn't say anything. Like she hasn't said anything on social media or nothing. Like she just on social media, like she just like at a party hanging out. She ain't said nothing. So she just let the music talk while Nikki just spiraling out of control for like 3, 4, 5 days all over the place. Just talking about some bullet fragments. Bullet fragments.
She real salty, right?
Yeah, Tony, you didn't see none of that. You should have
seen any of it. I'm hearing that for the first time.
I'm gonna have to send you some video because she literally like she's on live streams and she just like bullet fragment, bullet fragment, bitch, bullet. It's like,
oh my goodness.
It's like you can tell she's just so mad. So
what you drink at, Tony? It's time to pour up, man.
All right. So do y'all think that Nikki's just like hella insecure?
Oh yeah.
No,
absolutely.
What I don't think Nikki. So let me just say this. I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of female rap. Okay. Real surprising for some people, but like I was all about the Lil Kim era, the hardcore, like all of that. When Lil Kim dropped, I was just like, so when Nikki and Meg came out, I was the same energy because they were about their business or whatever. I think that Nikki thought that her fan base would get behind her marriage in a different way. And I do think that she kind of has this whole, I don't care what y'all say, this is my man, but she really do care. So there might be a little bit of insecurity. But hit people holler. That's what they do. And she hollered. She just didn't do it. Like Nikki disappointed me with her response. Let me just say that. She like this, like 2010 Nikki, never. But 2024 Nikki, I don't know her. Like I don't. Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I like Nikki's music too. But from the things that it's like, we don't know these people, right? but you hear certain things about these people from other people in the industry or people just to keep having the same impression of people over and over again that have met them. And everybody said Nikki is a bad person. So, I mean, I'm going to have to believe them. That's how she acting. That's what everybody say. Everybody say that she's they say she's just really nasty person.
Why would she say anything about Meg Thee Stallion? Meg Thee Stallion ain't done nothing to nobody.
Because she said that she was trying to make her drink while she told her she was trying to get pregnant. And then when she said, I can't drink because I'm trying to get pregnant, she said that Meg said, you could go down to the clinic. And then so she was mad because she was like, why would you say that to me?
She needed to go to that. She needed to have to go to that concert to see Meg Thee Stallion today.
So she just holding on. If that's the reason, she just kind of like, she sounds real petty. Now, that's not the reason. And I would check if this
ain't she like 50 years old?
I would check her. She like 45, 44.
She needs to stop this shit.
Who's 50?
She 45 acting like this guy.
No, she like 41. Nikki like 41.
Still too old.
Yeah, she is really too old.
Nikki.
Like she acts like she's supposed to be on some type of hip hop show or something.
I'll be 41. Is she?
Oh, she 41. Yeah, she 41.
She about our age. Yeah, she got to be our age.
She is.
Won't money do it? Money will do it, won't it?
What?
I wanted to ask though. So, like, I was gonna ask something about. Oh, okay. This is what I was gonna say. Darwin and Cannon, don't come for me through the screen, all right? I don't really follow either one of them that much, right? But I was listening to some of their lyrics, and I think Nikki has better flow than Meg.
You talking about on these
no, just in general.
Okay.
Yeah, just in general. I haven't even heard the songs, but just in general, like. It seems like, and I'm not a fan of neither one, but Nikki does seem to have a better flow. Like, man,
that's why I say Nikki is extremely talented. Like, I'm not gonna, but it's right now she wilding out.
Y'all must have heard. Y'all must have heard.
Song that she put out was not good. He just like Meg Thee Stallion. So
did y'all hear WAP? You heard things she was saying to WAP?
Babe, but Nikki has a lot of hits. You heard her verse on Monster. What are you talking about? Right, that's a classic right there. Yeah. What you mean? Right. So I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna take away from Nikki that she's talented. You know what I mean? And that she makes hit songs.
I like Meg Thee Stallion better.
But that dish she tried to put back out, it was horrible, and you could just tell. It's like this is. I saw somebody write this on Twitter, and I think that it makes the most sense. They say Nicki Minaj is the only one who like Nikki. I don't think Nicki Minaj know who Nicki Minaj is. like she don't know who she is. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's acting like she don't know who she is. Like it's like she's trying to prove to everybody else. It's like, girl, right? We know who. Like you don't know. Like you acting like you don't know.
I used to like Nicki Minaj until she started talking crazy about Meg Thee Stallion.
What do you mean she don't know who she is?
Like she is solidified in the game. Like she's Beyonce level, and you out here on freaking Twitter and all over these places streaming, talking. Like, why are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
She on Lotto level in the head though. Mentality wise, she on Lotto. She's
exactly.
like a 21-year-old rapper coming into the game, act like she don't. Like she tried to get fight her way through things. Like
exactly.
Why are you still trying to find battles to build to win this war in your head? Like
right.
Y'all know the answer to that question. Y'all know the answer to that question.
I think she was.
But my thing is, I thought they got the fan clubs for the fans to battle their little petty arguments, right? Like you got the barbs or whatever, and then you let them do that because you still get publicity. Why would you even open yourself up to more negative criticism when your fans can do that for you and you can just stand back?
But now that you brought that up, that is another criticism I heard. Nikki is one of the biggest stars that I see that actually weaponizes her fan base the way that she does. She will literally sick her fan base on people like explicitly. And I think that's crazy. Yeah, she'll be like, y'all know what to do. Like her fan base.
Go storm the Capitol.
They had to put police at Meg the Stallion's mother's grave because
Yeah.
Nikki's fans was trying to go do something to her mama's grave or something. I don't know what they had to do anything. Them fans went and they was doxing people, like putting their address out, threatening them, like just doing all of this stuff. And it's like, but Nikki encourages that. It's like the difference you would see, like if you use a beehive, for example, right? Like Beyonce just sit back. She don't say nothing. Like the fan base just be wilding. And every now and again, if us beehive get too crazy, Beyonce come out like, now come, she be like, bring it back in. Nikki be like, y'all know what to do. You know how we, and then she gonna be sicking them on people, and it's like crazy, and they be acting insane about this lady.
She's overcompensating for that dude that she married. That's just what this is. Like, it still bothers her. You know, she knew this was a bad PR move. Her marriage was a bad PR move. Like, it was bad, and so she overcompensated.
It's worse than Whitney Houston marrying Bobby Brown, ain't it?
Oh, yes, it's way worse. She can't
wait. Ho. We ain't gonna do is talk about Bobby Brown. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna talk about Bobby Brown. That's not what we're gonna do.
Her husband cannot go
below
to
the
school.
belt.
He can't live by parks. He can't, like, the kids can't come over for the baby birthday party. Like, why would you put yourself in this position?
He's a deadbeat daddy by default and shit. Like,
he is.
You can't go to school, nigga. You can't go to the award ceremony. You sit your ass down.
He can't.
Can he even be around his own child?
Yeah, he can be around his own child. He can't be around nobody else's kid.
They can't have friends and shit.
He can't be around no other children. He can't. It's a lot of stuff that he can't do.
He can't even go to their birthday party, even because his kids.
He can't.
Right.
And she has to book. Do y'all know that
at home on house arrest?
When she does certain concerts, like I think it was when she booked Madison Square Garden, and they were either dating or had just got married, he couldn't go.
Yeah, he couldn't go because of his parole or something.
Because there's gonna be some kids there, and he ain't want them touching them kids.
Well, it was something too. But y'all know what else I found out about him that I didn't even realize? He also had he served time for murder too.
Oh yeah.
For what is it? Mm-hmm. I was like, so he got like a long rap sheet. So it's not even just that. It's like, girl, what was that? Even if you liked him, why you just didn't like him in secret? Like, why would you marry him and make him your husband? And then it's like she went and was harassing the girl that he victimized and was trying to get her to recant her statement. I'm telling Nikki just went out bad. I'm sorry. She really has over this man.
She overcompensated.
I think that she thought that she had enough power to clear everything. You know what I'm saying? I think that when she got with him, she thought she was going to be able to probably maybe pay old girl off, right? She thought she was probably going to be able to, because she tried to get him off the list. Like, they tried to get him off the list and all of that. So I think she thought she may have been able to do that stuff, but
this is another example of what we said last week about how wild the world is getting and how people can just, like, how can she stay famous, openly support rapists and murderers? But hey, people love it. People will pay to see her. Like, okay, cool. I ain't hating on nobody money and how they get it, but it's kind of crazy to see how the world will just monetize everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter what you do. People motherfucker go around shit on themselves and get a million views and then he rich next week and shit. Like, he just shit on himself. But it is retarded. I'm serious. Like, the shit I see, I be like, this fool is getting all the views.
Yeah, it's like people just, I don't know, people just follow the worst things, the worst people. Or I won't say,
but we ain't gonna rap my boy.
But support the craziest things, right? But I don't think they see it like that. I think they're just like, look, this song sound good, you know.
And I admit it's entertaining, you know what I'm saying? But I just be like, nah, I mean, nah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. So I'm looking at the chat and it looks like, well, not the chat, but our poll, it looks like most people are team Meg. So
of course.
Sorry.
But what Darwin not gonna do today is rap Bobby Brown into none of this, okay? Mrs. Joe
say Bobby Brown he caught a straight for no reason.
He caught one.
Wait a minute.
Look, okay. All I got to say about that is do not forget that Whitney Houston is from East Orange, New Jersey. and she ain't no pristine, clean queen herself. Okay.
Hey,
hold on,
so,
Whitney definitely ain't about to take no strays. Now we not finna do that.
Hey,
respect the dead, Miss Jovo. Respect the dead.
Hey. Yeah, hey, respect the gangster of Bobby Brown, okay? That's the king. That's the king
Kevin
of
Costner
R&B
was
because the
listening.
other
He'll
king
come and
locked
choke
up.
the hell out of you right now. Kevin Costner come and get your ass. What you talking about?
Oh, look who's
y'all
here.
Don't leave Bobby Brown alone because y'all know how I feel about Bobby Brown.
I love Bobby. That's my man, you know.
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next
Gotta
topic.
get some of the barbecue sauce.
All right, we got Dakota's in the house. Hey, ladies.
Hey, girl.
How are
you?
Hey.
All right, y'all.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi.
Hey. Did you hear a little bit of that conversation? A little bit.
You muted. You muted, Raven.
You muted.
Yes, I did. It was quite interesting, and I loved everybody's points. Nikki is insane. She's off her rocker. She should be put down. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's just crazy. I think she's going through it real bad.
Okay.
So before we move on, let everybody just say who they for. I'm Team Meg. Y'all already know that.
I'm not team nobody. I just think it's interesting. I think it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to stay neutral and shit, trying to be
no, I'm just enjoying watching it. Like,
first of all, you have to be Team Meg. If you're Beehive, you have to be Team Meg. That's the way that it goes. That's the way we going right now. Okay.
But I mean, Beyonce also has a record with Nikki. As a matter of fact, a couple records with Nikki. So I mean,
okay. Yeah.
What you want me to do?
That indeed.
That's true.
It's a Beyonce come out and be like, she don't rock with Nikki no more. I can't.
Good point.
All right, y'all. So thank you for joining the ladies' room. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, like this video, and we're gonna go ahead and move right on to our next topic. So our next topic: why is it that women often stay too long in relationships? And of course, we may have to decide what too long is, or why do women stay longer than
6 inches?
Okay.
Where's the data coming from that they do stay too long?
6 inches is too long.
Well,
here comes Tony with the data. Tony say, "Where's the stats?" He say, "Give me the numbers."
Well, and I need clarity. We talking about those who stay too long.
Not too long.
Too long in like poor relationships where they should not be staying, or like just in general.
That's what I mean, like in bad relationships.
So basically, it's like
not marriages. I'm not so much talking about marriages. I'm talking about prior to marriage, like in relationships. Like there are women who will be with a man that's beating on them. There are women, I mean, that's a little deeper. We know that there are all types of issues with that. But like they'll be with a man that's constantly cheating, or they'll be with a man that for 10 years and still not married to him. Like why do women stay longer than they should? Like, and not every woman wants to get married, but let's say she does want to get married, and you know it's been 7, 8, 9 years and they're of age to marry and they're not married, or this is a man who constantly disrespects her, wherever you want to take it. What would be your response? Why do women stay longer than they should? Or do y'all not think that women stay long?
It's kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
You want to go, Tony?
I go. It's a lot of reasons why I feel like women stay longer than they should, and a lot of them just not necessarily popular reasons, but a lot of times they stay longer than they should because that's what they like. That's what they qualify for. Like that's the type of dude you qualify for, a bum ass nigga, because you're a bum ass chick. A lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, but close your mouth, Cannon. I'm just saying if that's the situation, a lot of times you were like, he, like you said earlier, like let's take the extreme, like he beats on me, he cheats on me and stuff like that. But you stealing money out of sock when he's sleeping, you cheat, you hitting his best friend or something like that. So it's like it's not always one-sided with that thing. Like sometimes water seeps at its own level. So a lot of times if you're dealing with a dude like that, it's probably because you can't do better. You could, but you choose not to. You could, but
Well, but you said you can't do better. So which one is it? They can't do better. Like
It's sometimes you can't do better for other reasons. Like it can be attracting this level. Like you can't, like you rather deal with the Pookie and Ray Ray, or you have to because you can't get the dude that you really want because the dude's not messing with you for
oh,
whatever
okay.
reason. So that's the you can't help it, but there's always something you can do to kind of improve yourself. But I'm going by the greater majority. So
Okay.
you can have somebody who's not attractive at all and get a guy. There is a guy that don't care nothing about looks. Not many of them, but I'm gonna say one out of 500, something like
Okay.
that. So if you can find that 1 out of 500, then you can look like whatever you want to look like. But chances
Okay.
are somebody just snatched them up already. You know.
Okay. So you think that they really like these are women that kind of know that they can't or think that they can't do better or because of their looks they think they can do better. It's interesting you say that because like I know a lot of guys think women rate themselves higher than what a man would.
Yeah.
And like a lot of women think, I'm just the finest thing. So but
I
you're
think
saying some women do feel like, oh, maybe I can't do better.
I think if women rated themselves appropriately, they could get higher, better women. Like a woman who is really, for example, a 5, which is nothing wrong with that, is calling herself a 10. She's not gonna get the dude she deserves that she should be with because she's looking for a 10 status dude when you should be
Okay.
looking at a dude that has a good job, that's decent, that's gonna treat you decent. That's it. But she's like, I deserve better than that. I want my yacht. I'm on a 10. Like that's not you.
Okay.
So you're missing out on your husband because your head is somewhere else, you know. So I think
Okay.
if you brought that mental down to the level of reality, they would do better and be happier.
Okay. So women stay longer so sometimes women stay longer because they feel like they can't do better. Is in a nutshell.
Lack of options.
Okay.
Lack
All
of
right.
options.
What
Yep.
y'all think? What y'all thinking?
I think that that a lot of times what happens is that it's the investment or the amount of time that a woman has maybe put into the relationship. So she may find it difficult to I feel like it has a lot to do with hope, holding out hope, right? Holding out hope that the relationship is going to change or the relationship is going to get better. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's that false hope that will keep a woman longer than she probably needs to because she hoping that, things are going to change, especially with the amount of time and investment that she's put into the relationship. And so she's just like constantly hoping that stuff will change. And I think it takes until she just realizes that it's not. And once she accepts that, then I think that's when a lot of women end up moving on. But I think that that's what it is that a lot of women will try to just be like, okay, well, it's going to change. Things are going to
Okay.
improve. Because I also think, I think that there's something to be said about what Tony said as far as people are maybe with people that they attract in some way because it may not even be that they're just as that they have the same type of issues as the person. It may just be that they have traumas that the other person is able to exploit or
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? Because they have whatever they have going on. So I think that in that instance, especially if that person is working on themselves, then they'll be like, well, I'm getting better. So, he'll get better too. Like they look at themselves and say, well, I've made mistakes. So I've been this kind of person now. I changed. So
Okay.
maybe he'll change too. And I mean, they'd be like, I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
Period.
So holding out on hope, not feeling like they can do better, or kind of just saying, I got issues. And I kind of agree with what you were saying, Tony. Like sometimes people are just so used to toxicity and just issues and drama. They bring it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's just like all they know, and it's like they don't even know anything else. So I don't know. And then I think some women kind of like it. So, you
Yeah,
know,
they're attracted to it for
yeah.
sure.
Or some women, I also think sometimes people think, well, why leave this relationship for another bad one? Like their minds are so like jaded toward relationship and jaded toward men. Maybe they are just like, well, what's the point of leaving this one for another one? I don't
Hmm.
know. What you think, Dakotas? What you think? I'm you.
You guys brought up some great points. I do think, everybody, it's a nuance to it. No one knows why any woman stays, quote unquote, too long, because as we agreed, long is subjective compared to what somebody outside the relationship would think is too long. But I think, like you said, all the things you guys mentioned included, and then of course wanting to hold your man down and things like that. It is socially ingrained in us to stick with the man through thick and thin, accept a little bit more than we should, because we're supposed to. But all those things could be an answer. We just wouldn't know until we talk to that particular woman.
Okay, that's true. All right. What do you think, Jovo?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what Raven said, I think that Black women are raised from a very young age about especially if you were raised in like a Black Christian home, like I was. You're raised long suffering, like you got to stick by the man, you got to stick by the situation. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And literally, like I remember this scene from the movie that is from the play Fences, and he comes home and he tells his wife that right, Kenny, yeah, he
Why
tells
you
his
trying to
wife
trigger
that,
me?
hey, I got a baby on the way. By the way, I'm gonna be somebody daddy. And what does she do? She kind of has this breakdown and tells him, I've been standing with you. And then and some of those scenes following that, what do
No,
we
no,
see?
no, Ms. Jovo, hold on. No, you got no. I gotta pause right there. You gotta say it right. He told her that this other woman make
Yes,
him feel good down to the bottom soles of his feet.
that's what he said. He says she the other woman gives him different ideas. And so that's what and I thought, yeah, gives him different ideas. And so, then you see Viola Davis's character run to the church house, and she's at the altar on her knees with the women with their hands on her, and they praying over her, and she just sticking by this. And this man, the baby comes, and the mother's baby doesn't make it or whatever through the birthing process, but she's raising the mistress's, the former mistress's child that she has with her husband, and she's raising this child, and this child grows up to call her mama. Like Black women have been doing this for centuries. It has been ingrained in us. And so I think a lot of women, if depending upon the family you grew up in, this is what you were taught. You were taught to hold on. Change is coming. Be a faithful wife, and he gonna get it together. And then 5 years come on, 10 years come along, and like, two baby mamas and one mistress later, he ain't got it right. But Black women taught to hold on, especially in the society where we're told that we don't have our men's backs anyway. So I
Yeah.
think that's why they stay.
I agree. I think it changed a little bit. As we all know, women are filing for more divorces now. But definitely back in the day, up until maybe like the 60s or 70s, that was the mindset. And I think that it lingered for a while. Like I have a neighbor, she's 85, and she was telling me that her husband, was a pastor or a minister, one of them. I don't know. I can't remember if he was pastor or just a minister, but he was in the church, and they were together for decades. And these were her words. What did she say? I forgot the exact words, but basically he was a mess. Like he was dogging her out. Everybody knew he was cheating. And her thing was, well, he kept a roof over my head. He kept a roof over she still worked, but he was the main provider. And she was like, yeah, he put me through. That's what she said. He put me through a lot. And I asked her, well, what do you mean? And she didn't want to give me too much detail, but basically she said that, he was a cheater. He was everybody's man. And I think there was a time when women stuck through because of why she stuck through, because of the financial stability. and we are just not in. I don't think women necessarily need to stay with a man for financial stability right now. Some do, but I don't think that's as common as it used to be back in the day, where women were pretty much, lower level, or they had lower skill jobs that didn't make as much money. But I also think there's a little bit of pressure too from the church. Like if you grew up in the church, or if you grew up in a more traditional household, to stay, because it's like you're married, you're not supposed to leave your husband. But even before marriage, I think people kind of have that thought, and it's like, I don't want to be the woman that ain't got a man,
Yeah, I was just about to say that's a good point. I think that's another part of it too, because think about it. Are men shamed for not having a woman, or is it women that shamed for not being able to keep a man? Nobody says to a man, you can't keep a woman. They always say to a woman, you can't keep a man. So I do think that women are shamed more often, and their worth, even if it's subconscious, a lot of time is tied to their desirability or the perception of their desirability from a man. And that's why a lot of times women will tie their idea of their self-worth like to how a man is treating them too. And so I think that can have an impact on self-esteem, which will then keep them even longer, because then they feel like, well, I'm not worthy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a lot of things.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Do you all see that a lot now? Do you all, in your just personal from your observations, do you see that still, or are women like kind of like, nah?
Got some thoughts.
Okay, what?
I see it.
You want to go first or what?
Go ahead, Triple OG.
No, you go ahead.
So on the surface, I agree with everything that everybody said. It might be some insecurity. It might be some investment, and the woman is waiting on her payout. Like, oh, 3 years, he's gonna get right. It's just any day now. I'm gonna get what I deserve. But I just think it's all about evolution, and I don't think a person is really actually wasting their time with anybody, or spending time being with someone longer than they should. Because you can only, I believe most women are in the same relationship because of what they experienced in their past and their childhood, and they don't even know that they're in a messed up relationship. They think this is just a natural progression of how things are supposed to go in relationships, because they've seen their fathers do it, their uncles do it, or their mothers go through this, and their aunties go through this. So it's like, this is what's supposed to happen. And then at some point, you have your mind starts evolving. You start hearing, you start talking outside of the people that you talk to, and you hear stories about what's going on, and you be like, oh, that's another life outside of this, what I'm going through. And then and evolution starts to happen in their mind. And then that's when, because they leave at some point, right? And not all the time a woman leaves because, okay, she got in a financially better situation. Now she's like, okay, I can afford this, I can afford that. She leaves because something clicked in her head. Like, I don't need this. I deserve better. And I'm past this. I'm more than this situation. And like Tony said, some people stay in these situations because that's who they are too. Like, you can't expect something else when you're not that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have that sense of self to be like, I deserve better. Like, because they don't even know what better is. They might be with a guy. They might have seen their father beat their mother and cheat on their mother and never come home at night. So they get with a guy. He's coming home at night. He doesn't cheat. But he does. He doesn't do. He does. He's not working anything. And so she's like, well, at least he don't do this. Now, I make money, so I'm gonna stay with him. So it's like, yeah, they go stay. On the outside, we looking at them like, why she still with this dude? But to her, she's in heaven. She like, man, he come home, he do this, he do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta worry about him hitting me. He's gonna get a job one day. You know what I'm saying? But that's her heaven. So yeah, it's all subjective, like Raven said. But at the same time, I don't think it's all a learning. It's all a learning curve for everybody. One person might catch on faster than this person. It's just like a kid growing up learning how to read. Like, you're not gonna be this. You're not gonna not know how to read forever. So It's just a learning curve, how I see it,
And speaking of curve, I think it's just like in school when they if everybody in the class is not getting 100, they'll curve it based on the high score, which is maybe like a 90, meaning nothing is perfect. And so I think our perfect is based on societal norms, and everything is going so well in our society that people break up over the craziest things, over the smallest things. Because if things were worse, or if we was in World War III, they would be like, who cares if you fucking some chick, like we trying to survive or whatever, like where we gonna get our next meal from, like we gotta, so that's where our mentality is. Things are so good that the most minor thing will break up a relationship. So
I don't think that's minor. Nah, I think I was what's crazy to me is that I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was asking, I said, well, it was some kind of conversation about being a family man or children or whatever, and he was just like, well, I what he say? He said he was like, I was being the best family man or something like that, but he was cheating. And I'm like, those two things are inconsistent. Like, if you're not working on a relationship that you have with the mom, right, or with your wife, then it's going to affect the kids. Like, how you don't put all those things together? It's like, I don't know. I just feel like so many men feel that way, that they feel like they can be bad husbands and good fathers, and they're there. That means that they're good family men, even though they're bad husbands. Like, they still think they're like, no, I'm good. Like, they're like, it's like they don't take into account how their behavior impacts the entire family. Like, they just think they can compartmentalize it and be like, no, this is this over here, but this over here is good. It's like, it's weird. It's like, no, it's all one thing. But what's crazy is that I've never heard any of those same men be like, yeah, my wife come home, she cooks, she cleans, she take care of the kids. I mean, she go, sleep with other men every now and again, but she's an excellent wife. She's amazing. She here for the family. I've never heard a guy say, Thank
you. Where's our equality? Come on now. That's all I'm asking.
That about themselves. They be like, no,
everybody fair.
Like,
I don't think a dude would have a problem saying that. I don't think a dude would have a problem saying, like, like, my wife's a fucking whore, but she's a great mom. I can see a dude being, because dudes are like, they can separate the fact. Like, I'm not, because women will say you're a horrible person because you versus like a guy would be like,
so you telling me a man is gonna stay in a marriage and be like, yeah, my wife is amazing, she be cheating on me, but she good.
He may say he gonna say that about his baby mama. He ain't gonna say that about somebody he took vows with. Let's just get it right.
He ain't gonna say that about his wife. I do not see a man
say that about his wife.
So say the man has they divorced, and can he be a good family man then? And not be in the household?
I mean, to whatever family he created, but not to that family. That family broke. That family gone. To whatever new family dynamic he created, he could be a good family man. So like his extended family, whatever family he has, or the new family he probably create. But that family, he jacked that family up. That family gone. That family
the mom will make it jacked up. If she left, she's gonna make it a horrible environment for him.
That's what that
making it one, or he made it one. That's what I'm saying. That's what that
his intentional choices. The brokenness of the family is consequences of the intentional choice that he made to cheat. A mistake is an accident. Lying, cheating and lying are not mistakes. They're intentional choices. I've said this before on the show.
It depends on.
No, I'm just asking if a man divorces the wife for whatever reason, let's say they just got to take separate views. They don't want to be together no more. Whatever. Can he still be a good family man?
Not to that family. That family don't exist no more. Yeah,
but father,
but that family.
So that's back to the point where we made when baby mothers are still considered family. So if I divorce my wife now, my wife and my kid ain't that's a family no more.
Yeah, but you're not a family man. Like you're not a man of that family, because that family doesn't is not intact. That family is not.
Exactly, because let her get another husband. You're no longer the man of the family.
So the dynamics of the family is different. The dynamics of the family is different, but it's still a family.
So she get a new husband.
So what
so
if
who's
she
the
gets
family
another
man?
husband? You still gonna be the family man, even if she has another husband.
That
You
depends
gonna be
family man 2.0.
Again, that depends on how she handles the situation, and if she doesn't want the father to be a part of the family anymore, and she makes it difficult. So yeah, that's all on a woman. Like
That's
you can still be. I can still go to the parent conferences, doctor visits, school, the sports events. Come over and see my kid, help with the homework. But now, since I'm not what you want me to be. Now I'm not a family man. I'm not none of this no more.
Like Miss Jovo said, you're a good
father. That ain't how that works.
Miss Jovo said you're a good father.
Darwin,
you can't.
LeBron is a great basketball player, but he can't shoot free throws. But he's still a great basketball player. He can't shoot free throws, but he's still a great basketball player. So y'all want to take one thing out of a man and say he's not.
Wait a minute. Let's
let him
exactly. He playing semantics.
Let's let the therapist. Right.
That's semantics.
Let's let the professional. Let's let the professional take that on.
Y'all think family only consists of y'all. That's how y'all talking. Like if you're not with me, it ain't a family no more. Family don't mean just wife.
Nobody said that.
No, we can, like I say, we can co-parent. You can be a good father, but you're not my family anymore. I don't care what you're talking about.
But that's what Tony said. If you make it that way, if you make it that way, then no, we're not family anymore. But that's only because you made it that way.
But why wouldn't
I think family is determined by like the household. What I'm saying is this is the household.
Exactly. This is what is not making any sense. Why would I, as a person, still have that same level of respect for you when you have betrayed me or whatever you've done?
The first thing I said was, what if y'all broke up because y'all? First thing I said was, what if y'all broke up because y'all have different views and y'all want to go y'all separate ways? That's what I said. This has nothing to do with how you feel, if you feel disrespected, because it can go both ways. But at the end of the day, if y'all both decide, okay, we're not good as husband and wife, but guess what? We can be better as friends and co-parents. So now all of a sudden, you don't give a damn about me. I'm not family. I'm kicked to the curb like.
Didn't nobody say that? Hold on. Why somebody got a call? Hold on. Wait a minute. Don't you think? Hold on. Wait.
That's what you feel. That's not what
you saying.
That's just what you feel.
If I pride myself on being a family man,
correct,
and me and my wife breaks up, but I'm still want to be there for my kids, her mother, her brother, her sister. But she says, hey, we ain't cool because we broke up. I don't like this. You can't be coming around no more.
I have a question. What is your definition of a family man?
Yeah, I think you guys just disagree on what the definition is.
A person who values their relationships with their family, who loves their family, protects their family, who still considers their family's feelings.
Would you say also prioritizes their family?
Yeah, prioritize their family.
So then my question comes into play. So what if you get married to somebody else? Are you still going to be able to prioritize that other family the same way you would be able to your new family?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell my new wife this is how it is.
Right. Sure. Okay.
I'm not gonna be one of those guys who be like,
so which family comes first? I
can't go help my ex with a car problem, or
which family
help her do this because she doesn't like it. I won't be with that
which
woman.
Family come first? Prioritizing means organized. So which family come first?
I won't be with the new woman if she does not want me to prioritize my kids and.
So your old family come before your new family.
I didn't just say that. I said.
Prioritizing means you putting something in order.
She won't be my new family if she won't be my new family if she doesn't respect what I have over here. So she won't be my new family. That's how it is. That's it with me.
What does that mean?
Like if I built relationships with these people, and I'm just not about to throw that away because we broke up. We had a falling out, and now I'm not. Y'all not family no more. I'm not. I don't dismiss people like that. If they don't, you know what I'm saying. That's not how I get down.
My question is, where does the priority lie? That's what I'm asking.
Can I interject?
So which kid? It's like saying which kid comes first. You can't really do that.
That's.
I have something to say this because I do a lot of co-parenting counseling and a lot of and some family counseling. Yes, there absolutely is a difference between a family man and a father, and when a family is dismantled, via divorce or whatever, or breakup, that father family man has now turned into the father of those kids. Okay. So let me just say this. Okay. When you decide to break off, like a family is broken, okay, you go your separate way, I go my separate way. People need to understand that depending upon what happened in that break, you forfeited your right to have both titles. Now, before somebody just jump on me, listen to what I'm saying. You don't forfeit it, because the problem with society today is that people do stuff like intentionally. We were talking about cheating, so I'm gonna lead with that first. You make an intentional choice to cheat on your spouse. You and your spouse break up. As far as having access to the kids and setting a goal for co-parenting, that is totally different than this now father who used to be family man / father trying to maintain connections with my father, my grandmother, my aunts, and my cousins. Like, I have to set some boundaries, especially when I start dating someone else, because my new person may not be comfortable with you coming around, but that has nothing to do with you not having access to your children. See, people need to be definitive in what goals are going to be set moving forward when a family breaks up. See, and that's
this
why
is all subjective, right?
Say that again.
This is all subjective, right?
This is all subjective, but listen to what I'm saying, because a lot of people think that boundaries are so bad after divorce. But let's look at boundaries. Boundaries are there for protection for the stuff you've already had, and boundaries are there to protect the new things that are coming into your life. When you lead a life where you have defined boundaries, then there won't be any fallouts about why I didn't get invited to this, or why I didn't come to that, or why the stepdad do this, or why can't I do that. You have to set some boundaries and continuously have an ongoing conversation about what's within these boundaries, and then how did you step out of line. See, if I'm married and my husband decides he's going to go obtain a mistress, and I found out about it, and we get a divorce, I'm not going to keep him from raising our child. Like, us co-parenting and him showing up at the Stanley Thanksgiving dinner, my family, that's totally two different issues. Like, what you're not going to do, because you forfeited your right to be a part of that connection when you decided to cheat.
What if your family invited him? What if your family invited
him? You keep throwing every kind of what if. Exactly.
This is real life. This is real life.
I need to have a serious talk.
I don't care what my family say about a man I was dating. What?
Wait, so I need to have a serious talk with my family then, Darwin, about who gonna be invited to Thanksgiving, because I'm going through a divorce. And see, this is why I am so pro assertive communication and not all of this passive aggressiveness. Like, okay, he cheated on you. It's bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be residue for that. But at the end of the day, if you share children, boundaries need to be clearly defined. Because
we understand it's gonna be smoke after fire as soon as we break up, of course. But it's gonna be some time. You gonna calm down. That shit gonna be under the water. Well, it should be, unless you gonna hold on to that shit forever. Then that's another thing. But if after 2 years and now you like, oh, I better not see y'all talking to him.
Darwin, there is no rule book that says I got to invite you back to my family Thanksgiving. You got your own family.
No, I'm not.
See, that's so entitled. How are you entitled to my family? What I'm saying. What in the
people
hell?
Automatically
you entitled to my family Thanksgiving?
Who said it was entitled?
People automatically think.
I don't care.
Y'all the ones are entitled to break up relationships. That's not your relationship.
To come to my family's events.
If your uncle likes your ex-husband and he invites him to the Super Bowl, you can't sit up there and tell your uncle, don't be friends with him.
Darwin, I have a question. I have a question, Darwin. Do you like when your family maintains relationships with women that you're no longer in relationship with? Like, if they invite this person to like a family function and this person brings their new like partner and stuff like that, like, are you okay with that? Or would you tell your family that you don't want them inviting that person around?
After my cool down moment, after we done broke up, and it's been some at least maybe some weeks, and we're both not mad at each other, then yes. But if we just broke up and 3 days later then no, because I already know it's like she's trying to be slick. Because I had this same situation, but me and the woman had just broke up, and it wasn't even like 2 weeks later, and she was coming around with a new boyfriend. And but
your grandma really want her to come.
But
your grandma really want her to come. Though.
But me and her was still in communication. See, me and her was still in communication. So that's where the problem was at. The problem, she's just trying to be yeah. But my thing is, that's not entitlement on me. I don't break up relationships with that. If my family has a relationship, like if me and Cannon was to get divorced and my family has a relationship with her, that's their relationship. I'm not going to ever be like, she can't come around. You better not stop talking to her and this and that. No, I don't have the right to do that.
Boundaries, though.
Huh?
I personally,
my boundaries.
Exactly.
For one,
there are boundaries.
It's not yes
Y'all can
no.
go get lunch together. That's fine.
No, she can come over to family events. She can do it. She's still the mother of my kid. I just have a different mindset than y'all when it comes to breakups. That's all it is.
Darwin, me and you done talked about this before. It's not just black or white. There is a gray area. Cannon can maintain a relationship with your family, but your mama is not finna invite Cannon to you and your new girl engagement party.
Yeah, she would.
Like, because y'all talked about what the boundaries.
She don't know. She don't see. That's what I'm saying. I come from a different.
You can't use that. There's definitely a lack of boundary. Jovo, I agree with you. There's definitely a lack of boundary situation. So you can't.
And see, that's what people get messed up at, because people always think boundaries are a bad thing when really boundaries is really a part of protecting yourself.
The thing that's what I got to say. But the thing, everybody has their own set of boundaries, though. So if you see somebody like, oh, I would never do that, that don't mean is that they're actually crossing boundaries just because you wouldn't do it. Their boundaries that they set up is not your boundaries or how you would set things up with your ex. So when my mother and my father are hanging out and my father is coming to dinners and Christmas events and stuff like that, that's their boundary. She's okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And I've had these talks with my mother. I have cousins who has remarried, and the baby father comes to all the events. Both the fathers, the stepfather and the biological father, takes pictures together, and the kids call both of them dad. The kids call both of them dad. So that's where I come from. That's the type of village I come from.
How you gonna say nobody boundaries are bad but then shit on our boundaries? How you gonna shit on our boundaries and be like, but nobody boundaries are bad?
Your new person,
what?
Darwin, your new person may not come from that.
Yes, you did. You told us we don't care about family. Because y'all just saying
my new person, if my new person don't come from that, that's not my new person.
It wouldn't work for him.
I'm telling y'all, I'm not about to remarry a person that cannot accept what I have going on with my other family. It's not going to happen for me.
Good luck.
I have like my family has a lot of experience with this. It's so funny. We have quite a bit of experience with this. My uncle and his wife divorced, and she comes around all the time. Like, she's still my auntie, you know, and he's completely fine with it. And I think it has a lot to do with relationship. Like, we've known her. She was in the family before I was in the family. They knew each other and were together before I was even born. And so, like, she's just been around so long, and everybody has a relationship with her that she's gonna come around. Like, and we invite her. He's completely okay with that because we're a family. I think when you have kids, it's also very different. I think that's where Darren is coming from. Like, this isn't just a girlfriend. Like, this isn't just an ex-girlfriend. This is the mother of my children, or the father of my children. Now, I think it gets a little complicated, like, when there's a lot of hurt there. Like, when the woman has been done so wrong by the man, I can get her not wanting him around, whether there are children involved or not. If he did something really foul, I think the family should respect her wishes, you know? And then, like, there are situations where there are no kids around. Like, so it's like, I don't think that person that's broken up with somebody should try to dictate their relationship with the person that they broke up with. Like, I have a cousin who broke up with somebody that became a part of our family. Different people in the family develop relationships with him. Those relationships continue, but we don't invite him over. They don't have any kids. You know, it was a different dynamic, you know.
And I'm not saying I'm gonna force something, but what I'm saying is I'm not the one that's gonna be like, oh, you're not family anymore. That's not me. Like, because the thing is this. So if we divorce, I'm not a family man, but you're a family woman now. The house is still broken, right? Y'all just said the house is broken. So why I can't be a family man, but she can still be a family woman?
You said family man.
No,
nobody say anything about a family woman. See, the thing is,
nobody say the word family woman.
If
nobody said family woman.
No, because by default.
He's just throwing shit out there.
She said by default, when the house is broken, by default, she said I disqualified myself. She said, she said,
the word was never uttered.
She didn't give me a choice.
Was never uttered.
So do the woman get a choice by being a family woman or not?
I do have a question though. I do have a question because I hear y'all. I hear y'all. I do because I hear y'all.
I disqualified myself automatically. Like, hey,
in the event that I had this horrible, terrible, cheating, abusive husband, and I still got uncles that still want to like have him over for Super Bowl. Doesn't that speak to the character of my family members versus me trying to be a non-family woman?
It absolutely does. Because if I had to pick between you and my family, I'm going for family every time. I have someone in my family that they dated somebody for a very long time. We thought these two were going to get married, but guess what? They didn't. And out of respect for this very close family person, the very close family member said, listen, I know y'all had like a bond, but I need you to let that go. Like, don't be telling this person about family events, all this stuff where we gonna be present. Please don't. And out of respect for my family, I don't deal with them. That's just it. That's just all of it. Like, people always think that. Let me tell y'all something. We ain't all gonna get along, and that's all right.
Entitled. Okay. They entitled.
That's just like I tell people on social media all the time. When your birthday come around, everybody who a friend on your Facebook page, everybody is not going to have access to your birthday events and your birthday calendar and everything. We ain't going to always, I ain't going to always invite everybody.
I agree with y'all.
That's okay.
I agree with y'all.
Boundaries are great, people. I want y'all to embrace boundaries, especially Black people. I want y'all to embrace boundaries. Because just because granddaddy and them cheated and they got a wife over here, a wife over here, a wife over here, and then all the wives go to the same church and got all the kids together, and they talking about how good a provider he is. Just because your grandmama and them did it, don't mean that it's gonna work today.
So and if it makes you uncomfortable, I agree with you all though. If you have a problem with it, then you got a problem with it. But if you don't, then you don't. Like different
co-parenting ain't got nothing to do with your baby daddy having the key to your house and being able to roll up on you at any time and notice. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Co-parenting is what's best for the child.
Exactly, and that don't mean coming over for Sunday dinners. You don't have to come over after church to be a good daddy. Sorry,
for being a good family man.
Yeah, I want to get back.
I automatically disqualify myself. Like, hey, you ain't no good family man.
What I said was, when you make an intentional choice,
let somebody force you to get a divorce.
When you made an intentional choice, you forfeited some of your titles. You can no longer be called my husband.
Good
family was us.
Somebody was nice enough. Someone was nice enough to put the definition of this is what I was thinking when I heard the word family man. So it's not just my definition. Apparently, it's the definition, and it looks like family man is a man who lives
the realms of hell for a definition.
A man who lives with his wife and children, especially one who enjoys home life. Yeah, that's what I think of when I hear family man. I think that's a very specific thing.
And that's a woman's definition. That's a woman's definition.
No, I think that's a woman's definition. That's a dictionary definition.
Even a divorced man, by that definition, even a divorced man.
Family don't just mean married, though. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
that's a fucked up definition. Whatever. Family just don't mean marriage. So that's why I'm trying to say.
Right.
Like, but when you say the term family man,
we're talking about a family man.
It's like,
we're talking about your cousins that you hold down in prison.
Okay, but I understand exactly what you're saying, right? Because you're very family oriented, right? But I think that term family man does indicate something very specific. And I think that it is what the definition says. I think that's what by most people when they say family man.
If I was not married, I would still be a family man. If I wasn't married.
Yeah, but I don't think most people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Yes,
think
I
that
would
that's
because
what
I love
most
my
people
family and I prioritize my family. So I would.
That's
a
not the
man who
definition of
lives
a
with
family
his
man.
I don't
wife
care
and
about that
children,
definition.
especially one who enjoys
Okay,
home
then don't
life.
use the word.
So I think that
The
it's
fuck?
I think
Y'all
that it's
use
very
that word.
but I think that it's very specific, it's specifically oriented towards wife and children, like a family man. That's what I'm saying. I think people think of an intact family when they say family, when they bestow that title.
We is
upon
intact. We
somebody.
just, me
Like,
and you just not married. We
Well,
is intact.
I'm just listening
The
to
marriage
the
is the
definition,
foundation of the family. What are you talking about?
The foundation of the family is marriage.
See what y'all
Making
don't
up his own
understand. What I
definition.
put
Saying
in
he's
the
mad that we
comments.
So
don't
the
want to go
foundation
along
of
with
the
it.
marriage is some papers from City Hall. Okay, cool.
Here we
That's
go.
what I'm
Here we
saying.
go.
Like,
I'm looking
Now
at a different.
nothing matters.
I'm looking
Now
at a
nothing
different
matters.
definition.
Because
yeah.
I see a
some
different definition
men.
right
Go
here.
ahead, Tony.
What's the man's definition? We
Another
got the
one
man's
is
definition.
the man definition. It says a family man is a man who is very fond of his partner and children and likes to spend a lot of time with them.
That's
So
what
how
I'm
you
Can't do
spending
that
time with
divorce.
these ladies?
Can't do that divorce. What the fuck?
Hold on, Will
Not doing
Smith
divorce
took
wife.
his ex on a trip with his wife. So what you talking about? You can't do it. No, it's all based like Tony
So
said.
would you call his ex his
So now
What
we
partner?
just
Tony
pulling
said
bullshit
at
out
the
of
beginning
the
is
hat.
based on
I'm
that
just pulling
text.
bullshit out of hat.
You
Yeah.
can't
Pull
take. Hold on, wait a
bullshit out of
minute. You can't take partner out of the equation. So in that equation where Will Smith took the ex-wife on a vacation with his wife, which one is the partner? They're both his partners.
You can have multiple partners, like
okay.
in the business.
Oh, it's polygamous. Oh, okay.
So no, his partner. So hold on. So partner now means you
partnership.
fucking them now, right?
Nah, it don't. It don't mean. It just means.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Y'all see my
Oh my
comment,
God.
right?
Partner in raising these people, or
They just gonna
partner
make
in-
up whatever definition they want.
So
Y'all
back.
see
So
my
if we
comment,
never.
right?
So hold
See
on. So
Exactly.
this my thing. What if we never
Thank
got
you,
married?
Jovo. That's really what it is. They
Wait,
want to
hold on.
talk having
Let's go
access to
with
all
the-
these people.
So babe. So what if we never got married, but we got a house, we had a kid, we living together, we here for 7 years. I'm not a family man technically because I'm not married, right? That's what.
Well, according to I think that what it sounds like in the definition that Tony read, it sounds
No,
like
I'm talking
that
about your definition.
my definition
Yeah.
and Tony's definition.
No.
It sounds
We
like,
talking about your definition.
oh my God, if you don't let me finish.
Okay.
It sounds
Our
like
definition.
it sounds like that definition has been expanded to include different types of families. Families that may be same sex, right? And it does not sound to me that it means, and when I'm looking at the context of both definitions, and they said partner, to me that doesn't mean like, oh, it's like a business partner. That's not, to me, it still seems like it's indicating family, like a family unit, but it just wants to be inclusive, right? And include maybe same-sex partnerships and people who, and since people are getting married less, and people are having those long-term, partnerships where they're living together for long-term, I think that that's expanded to include that. So I think that would include that. But it's still a very specific thing. That's like that intact
Back
family.
to my question. If me and you wasn't married and we were living together for 7 years and had a kid, am I a family man?
Just say yes. Oh my God.
What did I just say, y'all? No. What did I just say, y'all? To that
yes, Triple OG, you right about everything. Jesus Christ.
Well, what do you all think, though? Do you think?
I want to read definitions and shit. Like.
No, I just literally said that the definition that Tony read would include that type of a situation because less people are getting married now.
So that definition. That's what you did.
No, I'm using context clues because
you said they might be talking about same sex and they might be talking about.
I'm using context and I understand definitions and I understand how things work and I understand how things are understood socially. So that's what I'm using.
So if we was not married again, would I be a family man? Yes or no?
No.
According to
now
Tony's
it's gone from married to divorced man to baby daddy.
Just like people are able to add. So that's a yes. Just like people are able to add people that they are married to onto their insurance, domestic partnerships. Yes, partner. That's a new term. Partner. That's a new term.
So we going with Tony's definition then.
You know what?
I just want to say when we started this whole
definition like it was law.
I was talking about a divorced daddy. She was literally talking about a divorced dad. Now we're back to a married father. Whatever the hell is going on, I'm gonna say what I said
in the comments. That for some men, it is a flex for them to have access to the former woman and the children, and to have access to the new woman. A lot of men walking around here thinking they could be big daddy in multiple households And I'm telling you, like, if it was me and I'm the woman in the situation, the ex-wife, I'm sorry, you forfeited your title to be Big Daddy and Big Kahuna when you decided to dissolve our family with your intentional choices.
So now we trying to bone?
When you made, hold on, Darwin, hold on, because originally the comment was if a man, we got onto this when we were talking about men who have these mistresses. So I'm talking in reference to that. What people don't seem to understand is that when you go out here and you violate your marital vows, you forfeit the rights to have certain titles. And one of those titles is you are no longer my husband and you're no longer the man of this family. What you have turned yourself into is the father of these children. That's the truth. That's the whole truth. You can call yourself the Big Kahuna who had children with this person. You could call yourself Batman who had kids with this person. But the facts are you are no longer the husband, the family man under this same roof with me. That's just it. I'm just saying.
That's just it. So back to my. I'm just saying. Like, I'm going back to what. I'm going back to what. All I'm doing is going back to what Tony said.
He said it all depends. Take care of your children anyway. You're supposed to take care of your children anyway.
So Tony was on point when he said.
Thank you, Jovo. Thank you, Jovo.
So Tony was right when he said it depends.
You're supposed to do that anyway. So ain't no need to do
the ex is cool.
If you're gonna be a
cool, but she ain't. So okay, I get it. I get it.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Y'all cool with it?
Because you said a lot. Let me finish. Because you said a lot. Let me finish.
However hurt y'all is.
Exactly. He said a lot and said nothing all at the same time. A lot of nothing.
If you were a good father before, there's no question that you're gonna continue to be a good father. The question we're trying to get into is why
you weren't a good husband. You wasn't a good husband.
Doing things to your family. That's it. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. Just like we said in the beginning, men love to talk about how they take care of their kids. But then how did you take care of your wife? What did both of you guys do to fight for this marriage? Because when people come to me and counsel about dissolving their family, I hold both of them accountable. It ain't got nothing with these children because there has to be what did y'all do to keep this family intact? And when somebody raised their hand and say, I cheated, I look them dead in their eye and say, you do know that you forfeited some privileges and some titles, right? And they looking like, what? And then we got to spend 2 or 3 sessions talking about that.
What if the man doesn't cheat? How does that change your boundaries?
And do you ever ask why they cheated?
So we need context in terms of why the family broke up in the first place. Let's say the woman cheat. I would ask her I would tell her the same thing. You do understand that you're not the woman of this.
Did she forfeit her title as being Did she forfeit her title as being a good family woman, a mom?
There's no such title as family woman. That's not even.
I bet it ain't. I'm not trying to make that shit up.
It's not a term.
Y'all didn't take the time to make that.
Because y'all gonna automatically be a good family woman. That's why there ain't no title.
No, that ain't what. Ain't no such thing as a family woman. The real issue, because we talk about it on the show all the time. Where the
this is the context that I think that you're leaving out. Right, you are leaving out context, and we talking about social context. Family man is a very specific honor that is given to men to kind of like, oh, this family man, like they have earned it, like they have this responsibility, like they have a certain, like they've done a certain thing, like with responsibility to their intact family socially. That's why there's no term family woman, like it doesn't exist because there is no term for that, because there's no idea of that. But because a man is considered, just like I was telling you the other day, like when I was saying that, you know, you guys get a lot of praise for, like when we went up to the school or whatever. They're like, oh my God, you're a father, you're here. Da, da, da. Nobody looked at me and was like, oh, you're a mom, you're here, you showed up for the kid. Nobody's saying that. But that's why family woman doesn't exist. But family man is supposed to be a badge of honor for a man that has earned it, because he is exhibiting a certain level of responsibility to his family. And so at that particular term, now, like I said, you can be family oriented, right? You can, but that specific term, family man, I think is reserved for a very specific idea.
Okay. My thing is this: fuck the term. I don't need the term. I don't need the badge. I don't even need the title, whatever case may be. But I just use it for communication purposes, right? So family man to you all means you prioritize this is what y'all said. You prioritize your family, you protect your family, You got
no, it's not to us. It's what the definition is.
Okay,
it's what it is.
All right, we'll do yeah, the definition, right? So the only way I can prioritize my family is to be married.
It's not just it's in relation to a partnership.
Or if so if I cheat, then I can't be it. But if we broke up for some other reason, because I'm just trying to understand. If we broke up for another reason, like say I had reptile dysfunction or whatever, and I couldn't get it up.
It doesn't matter what the reason is.
Don't matter.
Yes, it doesn't matter because not according to the definition. I don't think. I still think you're not. No, like
I get it. Y'all hanging on the definition. I get it. I'm cool.
But it's the definition.
So
motherfucker get in the car accident. I lose my legs. I can't be. You don't want me, and I'm not being selfish. You be like, you got to stay with me, and I'd be like, you can go get you another husband. I can't do nothing for you. I done lost my title as being a good family man because I like. It has to be. Come on now, y'all can't really
agree with that. I'm kind of with Darren, y'all. I think if you're cheating, you can, and you're not taking care of your wife.
Yeah, I agree with that. You cheat, you just. But come on now.
Then you're
but the thing is, actually, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Just because you get divorced, but your values are still the same. You still care about your family. And you all just had differences. I don't think that means the man is no longer a family man. I mean, if you're going to use that formal definition, if he's not married, then okay, you can't be called a family man. If we're going to use that definition, but I didn't know.
But it only depends on if the woman says it.
Yeah,
because you have
a
women that's okay with him still coming around and being around the family, so he's going to still be considered a family man because that woman allows him to still be interact with the family.
I just think that you guys are very emotionally
on that woman.
I think that you guys are very emotionally charged with that word. It's a simple definition. It's what the word means. So, I mean, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the opposite.
I didn't know there was a formal definition for it.
I was just using the word because that's what y'all title.
I mean, I understand that you feel very strongly about it, but it's just, it's just.
I don't need the word, the title. But if y'all say this is what you call a man that prioritizes his family, then that's what the fuck you're gonna have to call me. Point motherfucking blank.
But that's not what the definition said. It wasn't a man who prioritizes, but it's a very specific part of it didn't say mother. It didn't say a man who prioritizes his mother. It didn't say a man who prioritizes his cousins and his aunts and his sisters. It specifically said a man in relation to his wife or partner or a person, because of Tony's definition, a person in relation to their partner and children, their home life, which would be immediate family in the house, right?
So the question that I asked was, you have to be married. So you have to be married.
I didn't know. Why do you keep saying it?
Because you said wife.
And I also said you skipping over the other thing that I said. I said with Tony's definition or your partner to be more inclusive because everybody is not. Some people are in same-sex relationships. So, but it still indicates that they're in a home together, right?
But
because
in my case, a man and woman. So the way you explained it, it said if you're two women. That's because the definition that Tony read was because of the
LGBTQ.
Two men,
right? So in relation to
it would be two men because it's family.
We would be married,
huh?
In relation to a man and a woman, it would be specifically marriage, right?
No, because it's their partner, so it includes people who are also just partnered in the home.
Oh, basically, you're saying that you have to be living in the same household.
Okay.
The definition has home in there specifically. It specifically has home life in there.
I'm not.
I guess you can just say your home life over there in your apartment where you live, where the rest of the family lives somewhere else. But that just doesn't logically make any sense according to the definition. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense.
But here's the thing.
That you emotionally feel some way about it. But
here's the thing, though. The whole family man thing. The problem is the first definition that Clementine gave was that you can be a woman beater and still be a family man based on the definition, because it just said a man who lives with his wife and children. It doesn't say anything about happiness and how you act. It's just you need to live with them. You can do whatever you want to. You can be a pedophile, all that stuff, and be a family man based on the definition. It says especially one who enjoys home life, but it doesn't say anything about being a good husband or anything. It's just that's just the definition. You just live with that person. And then the other definition is a man who was very fond of his partner and children and likes to spend a lot of time with them. So again, it can still be violent. It can be all these things. It's just like what qualifies you as to be a man, and most likely if you're living at home for the most part. But the second definition is crazy. You just need to be fond of your family.
No, but that What I'm saying is,
need to be fond of you. They don't have to be fond of you.
But that's fine. But what I'm saying is that but that's still the definition. I'm accepting the definition. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's in relation to the home life. That's a big part of it.
Y'all can have that definition if y'all want it.
That is the definition.
Yeah, y'all can hang y'all argument on that definition. You can hang your side of the debate on that definition if you want. That's cool. I get it. I'm not.
That's multiple definitions, but they all come back to having the same core. And I'm agreeing with what Tony is saying, that but that's always been my idea of what people mean when they say family, like a man that's at home with his family, like he's with the family. Like that's what I've always thought.
But my thing is,
and that seems to also be the definition, so I wasn't incorrect.
But my concept of it was that you can't just like being at home. You have to not be perfect, but you have to be taking care of your family. That's always what I thought. Too. But maybe
I've never went.
I guess I never really. I want to look at it that way because you never really know what's going on in people's house. You just know that the man is there.
Well, obviously, it's family men. It's family men, and then it's family men who value family.
But don't you think
their moral and ethical code allows them to demonstrate behavior that says I value my family. Like there are men who have families, and then there are family men who live certain principles and by certain ethical codes. Just like there are women, but then there are, like I like to tell people, I try to be a Proverbs 31 wife. That's a portion in the Bible. I try to be that. That's what I believe. That doesn't mean that's for some people that's not the end all to be all, but it's important to me. And I'm just telling you, for Javonda Mosley, that if you want to be Big Daddy family man, you're going to have some principles and some values and an ethical code and some morals that say, I do the following things on a consistent basis that say I value my family, which includes my wife and my children. Because, no one ever says kids and wife. It's always wife and children. But people like to conveniently, they don't know how to differentiate that from a family man who values family from just a family man who has a wife and kids. You can have something and not value it. I mean, you can have the whole world and not value it.
But don't you think this gets? But don't you think this gets a little confusing and for women, especially when because I know you've probably heard women say, oh, he a good man. Look at him. He taking his kid. He doing this. He's with his family. He a good working man. This and that. And they label him as a good family man. But this nigga is cheating and beating on his wife and shit like that. But women see, oh, look at that. She got her a good man. So, but by definition, like I said, but by these definitions, and because people don't know how to take themselves out of these boxes and out this black and white part, and sometimes it's got to be gray. I think most times it has to be great for things to work. You just can't be like, oh, it's this and that, because everybody is different, right? So if you just,
I tried to tell you that earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Y'all ain't on the definition.
But you got mad about the family man.
No, because I have to go off y'all definition. If I have to go off y'all definition, then yeah, I'm gonna be feeling a certain type of way. Like that definition that y'all describe and try to say that I don't fit that, then yeah, I got a problem there, because I do prioritize.
All I said was when you get a divorce and depending upon how that divorce was dissolved, and I just used the example of infidelity. My thing is, when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences. My boy Dr. Phil says this all the time. So I always tell people, when you get married, understand what you're signing up for.
But no, but I have to go against that, because the thing is this, and I'm gonna go back to what y'all keep dismissing what Tony said. I didn't disqualify myself. The woman disqualified me. I didn't, because it's how she feels. If she says, okay, he cheated on me, he beat on me, but guess what? I still want him around, because it's women like that. There's still women like that, and they went through some bad shit with their ex, and guess what? The ex still can come around, family events, come get the kids, this and that. They still can do it. So it's up to the woman. I didn't automatically just disqualify myself. The woman disqualified me, because if up to every man,
both of y'all are demonstrating poor behavior. You do understand that, right? Just because someone allows you to do something to them, that does not disqualify what you're doing to them.
No, she can still have boundaries.
You do understand that both people are supposed to be held accountable in this situation. Right.
So
you understand that, right?
So she can still have boundaries. He can still come to family events, be with his kids, take pictures. He just not spending the night. He not fucking. She not cooking them home cooked meals. You know, she's not doing all these wifely duties.
It depends on the person. Everybody got their own personal definition of boundaries, and that's why I said people need to understand that boundaries are not universal. Like what's comfortable for Tony might not be comfortable for me, but may be comfortable for Ashley, not comfortable for you. It's different for different people.
So that's why I said.
See, that's why I tell people, like, when you decide to get married, like for me, I value traditional marital vows. I think Ashley, I can't remember what show we talked about, but we really broke down vows. I value those vows. I intentionally told the pastor that married us, no, you go by what's been it. Don't reinvent the wheel for me. Like I'm a go by this. Over time, do people change? Absolutely. But see, I'm one of them loyal folks. So it's like, I know what I signed up for.
So I ended like this. So I agree. I agree, but I don't agree. So if the woman says, no, I don't want this type of relationship, I don't want you around, then yes, I will respect it. But if the woman says, yes, you can still, I'll still allow my family to invite you to this and that, you can still come around, then I'm gonna respect that too. So no, I'm not saying the woman is wrong for having stricter boundaries. No, I don't think she's wrong, because if she's hurt and she's been traumatized, then yes, she has to protect herself, and her family should protect her too. So I agree with that part. But what I'm saying is, if a woman says, you did what you did to me, I'm gonna get past it or whatever, I still want things to run smooth, this and that, and I don't mind if you come around family, I can deal with that. Then that's allowable, right? And then I'm still considering.
What I'm gonna say in closing is this, because y'all made a really good point. Y'all mentioned about how the woman allows the man access to her. Like you used the example, Darwin. If he's beating on her, if he's being abusive towards her, she's allowing it. But just because someone allows you access to that type, like they give you access to them for you to demonstrate that behavior, that does not take away from the abuser being the abuser. Like, both people need to be held accountable. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying she allowed it in
both people got to be held accountable.
I'm saying she's allowing him to be, after relationship, she's allowing him to be still part of the family, just not as a husband to her. Like, and she's not a wife to him. But as far as, you want to come over and help out with the homework and this and that, like, it's stuff like things like that he values as being a priority to him. Like, I still want to be hand on hand with my kids,
and we can do that. We can do that by schedule. That's what we can do. We can set
however
some parameters
it
around
has to be. The schedule. Yeah. Or I'm not saying he's just gonna be walking in and out the house at 12 o'clock. Like, I'm not saying all of that.
But I know you're not saying that.
He got keys to the house.
Darwin, I know you're not saying that, but this is why people need to say it out loud, because you are not the man that would take advantage of a situation like that. There are men who literally think, I'm Big Daddy, so I got it like that. You the one who put me out the house, so I got it like that. And I'm telling women today, set your boundaries. Like, this is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. If some people can't get past infidelity, and that's okay. We understand that feelings are not facts in situations, but
let me be clear. By all means,
but at the same time, some people cannot get past it. So if because it takes two people to tango. So if those two people decide not to tango anymore,
I'm definitely not saying it's supposed to be forced upon the woman to be. I'm not saying it's supposed to be forced or anything. I'm not saying I'm gonna go sit up here and try to tell you get over it. No, I'm not saying none of this. All I'm saying is there's women who is women who don't take certain things the same way another woman takes it. So if she gets cheated on, and she might be like, okay, fuck him, I'm cool. He just go be this and that. The other woman be like, man, fuck him. I hope he die. Hope he rot in hell. And this thing, he can't ever, like, it's certain
and
women.
Every woman is that. You can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that. You're focused on the wrong thing. Focus on being a father, because you trying to focus on her reconciliating with you or being cool with what you did. You ain't got no control over that. You got control over being
I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's certain women that act that way, and it's certain women that don't act that way. Some certain women
and I'm telling you, you have no control over that. Whatever. I'm telling you, sir, you have no control over that. She got to deal with her feelings
that's why I say I wouldn't force it. I wouldn't force her to deal with me. If she allows me to do some of the things that I like to do, then I'll be grateful. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't be
I
like,
want you to go tomorrow and watch the show again, Darwin.
All right,
Darwin, I want you to watch the playback.
I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna still say the same thing.
All right, y'all, we got to wrap this one up. All right. So for those of you who just joined, go ahead and hit the like button. We are the Ladies Room Podcast. Thank you for joining us. I see we have some new viewers. Clementine, thank you for your comments. Rilla joined us earlier. We got Janelle listening. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share on your social media. All right. So are we a family again, y'all? We family? Can we hug? Are we getting along?
Family, but
we always family.
Depends on which definition we're looking at. Which?
Yeah, right.
look, Tony, don't come in here. Don't come in here stirring the pot now.
All right, this is our last conversation. What makes a power couple? What makes a power couple? What do y'all think?
I feel the same way about when men call themselves high value men. Like who am I a power couple to? Like what am I a power couple about? Mm-hmm. Like, do I have this? Am I okay? So if I have a goal to reach a certain audience or to influence certain people based on my behaviors and me and my wife's behavior, and I succeed, then I can call myself a power couple. So if our goal is to help other married people, however we can help them, like through their troubles or whatever the case, like I don't fucking know, because I don't really believe a power couple means you have to make $1 million, or a power couple has to be famous and have all of these accolades or whatever. But it's levels to it, right? Like, so for instance, if me and my wife was to be like, we go be a power couple, I think we would be happy. Like, it would start like with our family. You know what I'm saying? Do our family look at us as a power couple? Do they be like, okay, cool, I can go to them for marital advice, because they've been through things, and they're going to be open and honest about it, and they're going to help me out. And then if they become better because of our advice, to me, I feel like, yeah, we a power couple. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, but like, other people might view a power couple as like, oh, we chasing the bag. Our goal is to get $100 million by this date, and they do it. They're a power couple because that's their goal. I think each power couple, if they have that goal and they meet it, then they're a power couple. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody else tell them shit. They did what they set out to do, and that's what it is. That's so.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next? We haven't heard from UT Love. Go ahead. In a minute.
I'll say a power couple is basically, I mean, there's levels to it. It's like socioeconomic levels to it. So, but I would say a power couple is basically when both roles, whether it be male or female, they work in unison to get a goal accomplished, and they work well together. So if they're able to get whatever goal they wanted and power is created from that, that's a power couple. Doesn't necessarily have to be a millionaire couple or someone's making over 6 figures or whatever. It can literally be people when you like he making 30 and she making 30, and they come together and they're able to make 60 officially. And I feel like as long as you keep that power going, that dynamic, that couple will grow financially. And I mean, I guess it can relate to raising the kids too, like being a power couple and stuff like that. But just working together to make it work. Working together to make it work.
I agree. When I think of power couple, I think of just being fruitful. Like, if you're fruitful at whatever you set out to do, and it's positive, then I would say you're a power couple. It could be like a family that is just trying to get off their feet, and they get off their feet, and they, go from an apartment to a house. That's to me a power move. If you are struggling to,
they do it together. Yeah.
You trying to raise successful kids, raise kids to be better than you, and that's what you're doing. You're a power couple. What do you all think? What do you think, Cannon?
No, I think the same. I think Tony's definition, if it's a couple that's able to work together effectively to accomplish a goal, I think that's a power couple. That's not always the easiest thing to do. As a matter of fact, it's not an easy thing to do. So I think people who are able to do that would be considered a power couple. Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think that there is a socioeconomic factor attached to it, because I feel like then they will be able to accomplish certain things. They'll have things to show for it. And that's really the only way you can quantify it. right? I mean,
so you don't think that a let's say a working class, or even a lower class couple could be a power couple?
No, they just a couple.
Okay. What if they're successful at raising their kids to be better than them? Are they a power couple? No.
They just what you call it, a moderately better couple. But you're gonna be a power couple. It's a whole power. It's like think about the word power. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you call somebody like a power anything unless it's like exceptional? It can't just be like basic. You know what I'm saying?
But power is not like. I think the word power is subjective too, right? Because if you have a regular person, they're not making that much money, but these two people say, "Listen here, we got 3 kids. Our goal is to get our 3 kids through college, all 3 of them." And they get all 3 of them through college. They sacrificed, they scratched, they did whatever. I feel like they're a power couple. Like they not rich, they not making the most money, but they came together, and they got all 3 of their kids through college. Okay, who can tell them anything? That was their goal. This is what they said. Some people have goals and say, "This here, I want to own a nice car," and they get a nice car. Or I want to have 3 buildings by this date, and they get. That's a power move. They could accomplish what they set out to accomplish. I believe that's a power couple if they do things that they say they go do to the benefit to them and others around them. You know what I'm saying? And
I think you're right. That's a power couple. I think what Ken is saying is like it's not enough power to be a power couple. It's kind of like the difference between static electricity and shocking on the carpet versus sticking your hand in the outlet. You know what I mean? It's both power, but one is
But like she said, she still said there's levels to it. So on that level, that level of being a power couple, they still a power couple. They just not like they ain't moving on up yet. You know what I'm saying? But
I wouldn't call them a power couple. I'd be like, oh, look at this cute couple. Y'all cute.
Shit, hey, if I get shit, if we can get 3 of our kids through college, shit, what the fuck? Shit. Hey, I'm admiring anybody get 3 kids through college because I'm trying to get motherfuckers.
But then it's like if you make it, let's say if you're making $200,000 a year as a power couple, like, oh, I'm bringing 125 and she bringing 75, or vice versa, or split even, whatever, down the middle. That's still poor compared to somebody who was born a sheik or something like that has billions of dollars. So it's like that couple has no power. It's just relative to your situation, to your reality.
Exactly.
You know, it's just so. Yeah, I think as long as you guys are working together to make it work, I think that's power.
Yeah, because you like you said, you have to be in your own reality. You can't if you living based on all these other things, then you probably in your head you will feel less than a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But if you live in your reality and understand that this is your life and you have to make the best out of it, then your goals, even if it's like your daily goals, it turns into your monthly goals, to your yearly goals, and then you accomplish them. You're making strides. You know what I'm saying? Not every empire is built the same. Not every empire has the same amount of money. Not every empire has the same amount of castles, but it's still an empire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we doing a lot of hugging.
Right? Did we lose Ashley? Hold on.
I think we did. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on, I got it.
Look, y'all talking about what makes a power couple, man. In 2024, I'm afraid of these labels.
Which labels?
Oh, oops. Hold on, my bad.
Look up the definition of power couple. Shit.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that it appears that it appears when you talk about power couple, like it seems like every time a power couple gets into the spotlight, shortly after something happens to dismantle that couple, or it's just chaos or whatever. I don't know, like that's a big cake to wear. You know.
So the definition of power couple.
Okay.
A couple consisting of 2 people who are each influential or successful in their own right. So, in their own right, meaning their success is based upon them, not what everybody else thinks. Right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, because if me and my wife set out to do something, we do it.
That again, Darwin.
You
read it again. Read the definition again.
A couple consisting of two people who are each influential or successful in their own right.
Okay.
Like
in their own right. Okay, I guess if you put in their own right, then yeah.
If me and my wife sets out to do something and we do it, can't nobody else tell us we ain't the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna say?
There we go.
Oh, we the shit. Point blank. I don't really care what other people say about me. Anyways, like I don't need $1 million to be like, oh, I'm better than you, or I'm on your level. I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Because money come and go, and anybody can get. As you can see, 50 Tyson had $1 million, and he was kind of, you know what I'm saying. So I don't really base a lot of stuff off of money anymore. Once you see all the stuff that is monetized, so it all is based upon your principle and what you do for others. You know what I'm saying? And how people look at you, and I'm very much a believer on how people look at me. So, but I mean, they don't determine how I feel about myself, neither, though.
So I got a question, y'all. So, can you be a power couple when there's only one person who's really kind of moving you forward? Like, I think about, like, for instance, like, think about, like, LeBron James and his wife. You know, like, he is the breadwinner, obviously, and she holds down the house. So, and the kids. So, would that be considered a power couple?
No. She's a great wife and mother. They're not a power couple. He's the powerful one.
Okay.
We go definitely have to touch on another topic at a later date when it comes to what you just said. But because that's like saying, if you just said she holds down the house and the kids, that's a big part of how he's able to do what he does, because he's a family-oriented man too. So he's been at games calling his family like, "Happy Merry Christmas. I know I can't be there with you and that." But because he has this woman that he trusts. But because he has this woman that he trusts, and he knows she's going to hold down the fort at home, she's doing her part. She's not making $1 billion, but she's doing her part to help him maintain and make sure he's making $1 billion. So I think that's a power couple, like, because
let's separate that for a second. Let's just say, for example, let's take LeBron James out of the equation. She's married. She's married to an average guy. Her kids will suffer as far as the things that they are afforded, as far as education, culture, traveling, exposure to different people, all this.
I don't know that. I don't know if she's just gonna go marry a bum, but
I'm not saying a bum. I said the average American, right? And let's reverse it. Let's reverse for a second. Let's take LeBron James and give him an average woman. Would he not be a billionaire? You're saying he wouldn't be a billionaire with an average woman?
No. Okay, so the definition we just read,
power couple
by their own right. So I'm pretty sure whoever else she married, they would build another dynasty for themselves. It wouldn't be the LeBron James dynasty and the basketball player dynasty, but I mean, she had to be some type of value to keep LeBron James, right? It's like we can't ignore the fact that
a great wife, a great mother,
because he wouldn't be with her unless he found value in her, right? He's LeBron James, so obviously you're a good mother. This is what I need to make sure I stay on. I'm focused with what I got to be on focus with. I don't have to be missing games because of this. Like, I mean, I'm just assuming we can all speculate about if what this would have happened, if he would have did this, you know. But if we go off the definition of power couple, it's success in own right, by your own right. So I'm not saying that she would have the same life as LeBron with someone else, but she could have the same happiness.
True, I agree with you, but they wouldn't be a power couple. You can be happy and not be a power couple.
So you base power couple off money then?
Success. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Money.
so success equals money.
No.
So what's success?
Success is I think is, well, again, that's subjective, but I would say for most people it's all around happiness. Like you got it all. Like you have the money, you have the actual happiness, you have the relationships you want, you have the kids you want, you know, that's success. And some people's success level is lower than others. But
so do you think she would have had 3 kids if she went with LeBron James, or she felt comfortable having 3 kids because she was with LeBron James?
I think because she's a good wife and a good mother that she would have kids and be married, happily married. But she wouldn't have what LeBron has afforded her, and neither would the kids either. Like you got to understand, like being with a billionaire is 1 in a trillion shot. Anyway, just being with a billionaire. So for her to even find another LeBron would be easier for him to find another her than her to find another him.
I think if we just focus on the life they have because of all of his successes, then we could say no, they're not a power couple.
Do you think he would say that?
But if we just think about what they're doing, like we think about what they're doing.
Why
would
he say that? Why would he
say that for him?
But if we think about what they're doing as a couple, like just think about, let's say LeBron wasn't LeBron. Like if you just think about the sons and the daughter that they're raising, you could say they're a power couple. So it's like, I mean, because they're doing some great things. Would it be the same level as like, Beyonce and Jay-Z? I guess not. You all said there are levels though. So,
and my thing, I would say this. I would say he's the I would say he's the ship was driving everything, but she's the anchor. Like she hold everything steady. And in order to be a power couple, you need that other side, right? You need that other balance. You need that other the mental part to keep you sane, because you can make $1 billion and still be unhappy, be miserable. Look, I mean, we see it all the time, right? But the fact, to me, he doesn't look miserable. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have all this negative stuff going on in the media with his marriage or his kids, So it seems like to me like she's that other person. Now he could have married a person like Lamar Odom. He's a millionaire. Look at him.
But could she have married him though? You're saying she could have married him, but could she have? That's a wild assumption that she could have married him. You know what I
mean? Because he had to pick her.
He had to pick her, exactly. So why do you think that he would pick her versus who he picked or who he could have picked?
Because he felt comfortable enough to because he could have just been a dude out here just in the field doing what he wanted to do, like all the rest of the basketball players. But he picked her because he found some value in her. And I can't personally tell you what that value is,
right?
But I can just assume that it's because he saw that.
So you said another billionaire would then pick her just because one picked her.
If they was in contact with her, maybe.
But
she was with him.
Maybe.
She was through high school. So I mean, she didn't have to go and enthrall herself into
have y'all ever heard
to get him, which is even more impressive about her.
Have y'all ever seen?
She ain't rich. She ain't no Instagram model shaking her ass on. So it was like it was something about her, how she carried herself, that was like, you know what? Like think about it. He was a superstar since high school. I'm pretty sure he had every type of woman that looked every type of way throwing
he was still a big name,
and he still chose her.
He hit the lottery. He had to pick somebody. He was in high school. Think about it. The high school was bigger. If the high school was bigger, she may not do that.
He didn't have to need a big high school because he had the whole world. He had the whole world at his disposal. He didn't have to. Bro. He had recruiters.
He had recruiters. The mind of a 17-year-old though. In the mind of a 17-year-old, like even though you have the world at your feet, he's not gonna think like you would think as a 40 or like 40, 39. He's not gonna think like that. He's thinking as a 17-year-old. He's like, what's around me? What's right there? Remember when you were 17, you're not like, okay, I'm gonna go holler at some girl in California or New York. I can have any girl I want. You like, what is right here in front of me? And he liked this girl that was around him. If it's
because I wasn't, when I was 17, I played basketball too. I was going to local high schools. I wasn't on TV. I wasn't in magazines. Okay. I wouldn't have recruiters sending women to my house, presents, and so I didn't. No, he had access to women that I never could think about. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about his access, I know he had what, because women probably was going to games just to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, LeBron, like, because some of these women are built to go get rich men, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with he went to the little school and this and that. Like, he was LeBron James. He on the front cover of magazines.
Y'all know how they met, right? Y'all do know how they met, Tony, right? You've heard the story, right?
At a game, she went to one of his.
No, they actually met at a football game. He was 16, 17, she was 15, 16. She was like a year younger than him. She knew of him. She knew he played basketball, but really, honestly, when you read about the early years of Ron, he was a very timid guy off the court. So the first time, like, they actually had a conversation, she was very hesitant in giving him her phone number, but she just basically talks like any other girl who was raised by their father. At times, she had just started dating, and just like some other men who give their daughters dating advice, on how to date, basically. Like, if he wants you, he respects you, he's gonna take you out. Like, I think he actually asked her parents, could they go out? Like, he kind of similar to like Kobe Bryant, when Kobe Bryant met his wife. Kobe Bryant met his wife on the one rap video that he did. He met his wife on the actual while she was one of the video girls in the video.
Yeah.
And Kobe said, I approached Vanessa because of her beauty. He said, I was captured by her beauty. And he said, what kept us together in those early years? They were both like 17, 18 years old. And in that documentary, Kobe Bryant's Muse, they do the same thing. They were like kids that were dating. So it's like, I say all of that to say this, like, when you strip away the money and success, they organically also build connections with the opposite sex, just
because he wasn't LeBron James.
But doesn't mean they're a power couple.
He wasn't LeBron James.
They can still be that's what I'm saying, Ashley. They can still be a power couple and still connect like quote unquote normal people would do.
You have to understand, she helped build that empire.
You said he was already a superstar. If he had met her outside of, like, I'm looking at
that's a stretch.
But that's what
to y'all generation, he was already a superstar. To us, we just wait.
No, what I'm saying is he was already he was notable, and he could have got more women than I could have got playing basketball. Like,
but this is my point though. Your point.
He could have taught any of those girls at the football game. He chose
your point was more credible if he had met her not locally, like he met her in Ohio from being in Ohio. You saying he could have had any girl in the nation he wanted. Your point would be more credible if he was like, he chose a woman from New York. He chose a woman that was it's still local. Like, it's
because people date who they're. I agree with you. Yeah, he dated her because she was. But
that's my point.
She wasn't the only one in his, like. You think that was the only one that wanted LeBron James?
No, but you're making it seem like, oh, she helped him when whatever his discernment, he picked her, right? Whoever he would have picked, he would have been fine with because he has good discernment. He's a smart guy.
I don't think he would have been fine with them just because he picked them. Like, you pick people, that don't mean like you go keep them. Like, you pick a person, they go stay around or they ain't gonna stay around. Like, hey, you the one or you ain't.
But doesn't that mean then that her part of their relationship is important? So if it's important, then
she helped mold him.
Could say that they're a power couple. He's smart enough to pick the right woman, a woman that has those qualities that will help him do what he needs to do. Patient, supportive.
What you all are saying,
all these things.
We always talk about women needing to be a man's helpmate, and women is put here to do this, and so that was his helpmate, right? That was the woman for him, and he picked the right woman. And whatever they're going through, they're both making it work. Whatever, even if they're going through problems or whatever the case may be, they both found a way to still maintain this relationship after all these years, after these kids, whatever the case may be, all these problems. She still has a part in maintaining their relationship.
That makes her a good wife. But hold on, Darwin, Ashley, Ms. Jovo. If they got divorced, you guys honestly believe that she deserves half of LeBron's earnings?
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't believe that.
What percentage?
No, Tony. I actually understand what you're saying in terms of like I think sometimes people get caught up on like the like different, it's different parts of a marriage. And so when we talk about like the actual provision part, I think people get caught up on, oh, well, we're equally providing financially, when in actuality, in a lot of cases, that's not the case. Like, that's not even in my case. Like, I'm comfortable with the fact that my husband will carry a little bit more of the load, but we're both comfortable with the fact that I contribute. But for me, I would never walk around saying he would be nothing without me. Like, that's not my attitude, though, and my demeanor. So, Tony, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like I'm
not saying he won't be LeBron. We talking about a couple. He would be LeBron James,
regardless of who his wife was.
Yes, but we talking about a power couple. So he does. In order to be a couple, you need that other person, right? What I'm saying is, say he picked a person like, let's even go to the extreme and say he picked a famous person. So will he just be a power couple because he picked a famous person that's just as rich as him?
If she's bringing in the same thing as him, like Beyonce and Jay-Z are a power couple. That makes sense. Like, they're a power couple. But LeBron has
when did they become a power couple? Was he a power couple when he was sleeping with other women and this and that? Was they a power couple then?
Yeah, because it's about power, not who he having sex with.
So the definition of power and success is subjective. So you value power, you value the money aspect of it, right?
I value success. I don't value the power aspect of it at all. I'm just speaking to it. Beyonce and Jay-Z equally, they influence and actually have power. If LeBron wanted to start a sneaker company or a car company, let's say LeBron wanted to start a car company, and his wife wanted to start a car company, who's gonna buy his wife car, or who's gonna buy LeBron? You know what I mean? Like, that's the power part of it, the influence. How much power do you have and actually bring it to the table? I'm not saying
I actually get what he's saying.
I can see that.
She's a wonderful I get what you're saying on that level, because you're talking about money again. You're still talking about money. It's still
power.
But influence. I hear what you're saying, Tony. It's just like who's the LL Cool J and his wife? Like, remember when the girls were wearing the Chloe shades? Well, that Chloe shades were endorsed by LL Cool J's wife, but she talked candidly about, my husband's influence helped me get this deal because I wanted something of my own at that time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think sometimes some people have a problem with that, but I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like, I would think that that's great. Like, I can use his influence to make my own move. So I think Tony, what he's talking about is like actual influence. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce's names can influence rooms, if not, states at a time, their name alone. But then when you talk about like Savannah James, it's like, I think she's comfortable with the fact that people associate her with her husband, like, because she's not invested in that part.
Her name.
I'm trying to say, you get what I'm saying, Tony? Like, for her, it's about the family dynamic, her kind of being in the background and taking care of things at home. And she's happy with that. And that's
that's what I said. It depends on what you value and how you determine it, right? So her value in her couple is taking care of the family. And what I'm saying was, a lot of, like I said, we probably got this discussion another time about what's valued and what's not valued, but that family aspect is not valued enough, and what women do and as their part of being in a couple isn't valued enough, because a lot of men don't look at it like they're doing anything important of a significance. But it's very important what she does, just as much as he bringing in $1 billion. It's just as important as she taking care of them 3 kids and making sure that they good and they bringing in $1 billion, because guess what, he got 3 other kids that he's not around all the time, because guess what, he got an 82 game schedule that he got to go to a year, and so it's, he can't do all of that. So her job is just as important as him when we talking about overall power and value. Yeah, he bringing in the money, he doing that part to allow her to be this and that.
That's the success part. She, like I said, I keep saying that she's a great mom and a great wife. Like, that's the success part of it. But when we're talking about power, her influence and power is easily replaceable. It's not does not, or it can be upgraded. But as far as her being,
or it can be downgraded.
Or it could be downgraded, right? It could be. Well, I doubt it. It'd be hard to downgrade it, but it'd be hard to
versus
downgrade.
his.
No, it won't be how we got plenty of examples of these billionaire. We got plenty of examples of these basketball players with women.
Scumbag. People would know the scumbag's name more so than his current wife right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the scandal, because his power is so immense that the scandal itself will bring light to the scumbag new girl.
Exactly.
But that's what makes Savannah so more power couple, because if she was such a bad person, just like with the Boston Celtics coach and with Nia Long, right? Who getting the bad? Who got the bad rep in that situation?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the scandal. You gotta tell me what happened.
So you
she getting it now because of what she getting in child support. She's getting it now from the men. Like men are mad at Nia Long because she get more than $30,000 in child support.
Nia Long had a baby by the coach.
No.
Yes.
What happened?
Her longtime partner is actually. Do they have a kid? I don't know. Yeah, they do have a kid together, but they were together.
Her youngest
engaged for like 8 years or some shit like that. I don't know, maybe longer. Or whatever.
And he cheated with someone.
Yeah.
And so
now he's being ordered to pay child support.
I forgot my point, but goddamn.
Yeah, we off the topic. We are so off the topic.
Yeah. But no, Tony, I totally get what. I think this is a good topic for us to revisit because I totally get what Tony is saying about power and influence in a relationship dynamic versus like we complement each other in different areas. Like I definitely do think that there's somebody when you talk about these power couple dynamics, like with this one that we're speaking of, his power and influence, you can't compare Savannah's power and influence to LeBron's. I get what you're saying, Tony.
I'll give you another example though.
So you can't, but I think your question,
Michelle
Tony,
Obama
was how
and
much.
Barack Obama.
Yes,
that's a power couple. And Michelle didn't have to be. She didn't have to be a power. She could have just been like, "Oh, I'm the first, blah blah blah." But she is an immense part of Barack Obama's power. And separately, alone, like by herself, she can pull strings and do certain things.
So name me a basketball player with a wife that you think is a power couple.
I think when Odom was with one of the Kardashians, that was a power couple because they both separately. Hey, never mind if you like them or not.
No, it ain't about me liking them. It's
influence, Darwin. Influence. That's what Tony is speaking of.
So we talking about popularity and money.
But popularity, money, that have much influence.
That's not a power couple. Listen. I'm not about to look. Okay.
Taylor Swift and the guy she
wasn't he? Oh my
God. Darwin.
Kim Kardashian, Lamar Odom. I don't think people aspire to be them. I don't think people aspire to be them.
Darwin, do you not understand that the Kardashian family, they're the highest paid reality stars ever? Do you understand?
Y'all conflate two things now. Y'all conflate two things.
They actually
the Kardashians, yes. No one aspired to try to be like Lamar Odom and Kim Kardashian.
I disagree
as a couple.
I don't think anybody aspires to be
that. They weren't even together that long.
And I don't even think Lamar.
We're not saying aspire, Darwin. You getting this mixed up with influence.
So we talk about power couples. No, we talk about couples. Y'all taking two people and y'all making them separate. Yes, Kardashians is a big family. Yes, Lamar Odom, retired basketball player. No one looked at them as a power couple. I have never heard that. I've never heard that.
I don't think either of them. I think Khloe Kardashian definitely had a lot more influence, and she continues to. But I don't know if Lamar Odom had much influence. He had popularity.
Because that's the same thing with LeBron and Savannah. Odom is nowhere on Kardashian's level if you want to start talking about influence and stuff like that.
No, man, here's the thing. This is what you mess up with power. It don't have to be on the same level. They just have to command a certain level of influence. Like you can pick that number, it can be arbitrary number, whatever. But you can't tell me that. Say, okay, let's just say they both got into real estate because I'm in real estate. Let's say they both got into real estate. You mean to tell me that Lamar Odom couldn't pack a room full of people to talk about real estate?
Not like Kardashian. No,
not like them, but I'm talking about a room full of people and get a big bag from it.
And you telling me Savannah couldn't pack a room full of people and get a big bag from it?
With LeBron's help.
She got organizations without LeBron that she does on her own too.
Because of LeBron.
And Lamar Odom. Who she was. When the last time we heard about Lamar Odom? When
I don't think anybody would care about anything.
When he was with Kardashian. We ain't heard about him since. We ain't heard about him since.
Let me tell you something. When you
heard about
play wait. Let's just be real though. If we're gonna be real about it, when you play for the Lakers and then you start dating somebody who has some influence, your name gonna be put out there. Like when you think of basketball, you think of the Lakers. When you think of football, you think of the Dallas Cowboys. That's how it's always been in this country. That's how it always been. It's just
he started off with Cleveland Cavaliers, and we known about Savannah since then.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is this: when you bring up Obama and Michelle, yes, it's easy because they both into politics. So we're talking about LeBron, who's a basketball player.
They were
Savannah is not a sports figure.
So let me correct you on that, because Michelle did not have any desire to do politics.
Don't matter.
She wanted to practice. Michelle wanted to practice not corporate law, but she wanted to practice like a specific type of law.
And Savannah wanted to be a stripper.
Types of organizations.
But it don't matter.
She said she would have been satisfied doing that, but because of the role that she was pretty much placed in, it was either gonna be I'm gonna stay in neutral or put it in drive. And she put it into drive, and then bam, they took off. You know.
So what if LeBron James would have married a basketball player? So that's what I'm saying. You can't expect a basketball player to go get a wife and be on the same level. No, that's why I asked, like, do you know another basketball player that's power couples? Because that's making the same amount. You will never find that because the dynamics ain't such. So that means her role has to be fulfilled. Her value has to be placed somewhere else. And it's not about bringing in.
I'm with Tony on his definition of influence, good or bad. These people can change minds, open up other people's wallets, turn other people's television. Like really, honestly, I'm not talking about money. I'm not a Keeping Up with Kardashian fan at all whatsoever. But when you read about this family and you read about how their mom really took her late husband's influence, because when you live in Beverly Hills and your husband is playing golf with judges and the DA or whatever, she took that influence and she pretty much guaranteed that all of them kids at some point were going to be famous. And when that show broke record numbers, no matter what they were doing, like they could be drinking a glass of water on TV and they're going to automatically command the attention.
I agree, but that has nothing to do with power. That has nothing to do with being a power couple, because that has something to do with influence, though, Darwin. That's what Tony is saying. Okay, that's a different thing. I agree. So if we're talking about who has the most influence and who can bring in the most bag, then yeah, of course, yeah, Kim Kardashian, she got it. LeBron James, he got it. But we're talking about a power couple.
Like somebody in the comments, they said Gabrielle Union and Dwayne
Wade. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big one. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
So is they a power couple?
Yes.
Power couple.
The way y'all, all right, okay.
They both have influence. So you guys
equally. Who cool?
Both people
they both have equally influence.
Wait, what you say?
Darwin,
they both have equally influence.
Yeah.
Nobody's not equal. Nothing's equal.
Yeah. So, but so why can't LeBron James Savannah be power couple? They don't have equal influence. Again. No, I'm just going off these two examples.
Because LeBron James gave her power, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so now that she got it, okay, we ain't talking about who gave or how she got it, but they're a couple. They're a couple. Together, what can they do? Together, you can try. So you can't separate it now and be like, well, she can only do this. They're a couple. We talking about couples.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Tony, I'm with you. I get it. We here.
If you want to separate it, be like, if LeBron can go off and do this on his own, we taking away the couple part.
Think about it this way. So, like, let's say, because I get what you guys are saying, influence is a big part of like being a power couple, right? And then there's this aspect of, well, if the person gave you the influence you have, or is the reason why you have the influence, then you're not really much, you're not bringing any power to the couple. Okay, I got that. But I think what Darwin is saying, and I kind of agree, is like when two people come together, they're making something together. So you could be a great, wonderful man that's talented, smart, all these things, disciplined, all these things LeBron James is. But if you don't pair with the right woman, then you can't be a power couple. You could be a power person, but how can you be a power couple?
Because I agree with everything y'all saying.
Not also bringing something.
But if we talking about couple, like you can't separate them now. Because you want to start, because now what you're doing is you're starting to compare now. You're starting to compare.
No, we're not separating at all. We're not separating. Like, let me go back to Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom.
LeBron James was to get a couple to do this, and Savannah was to do this. Who are bringing more people? They're competing now. They're not competing. They're a couple. They're doing this together. Now, if you want to start competing and be like, well, LeBron, if Savannah's like, LeBron, I bet I can do this without you. That's not a couple. That's not a couple. That's like we're separate now. I'm separating myself
from you because I want to talk about real estate.
So T-Love and Jovo, if LeBron James had chosen, let's say, Amber Rose,
Lamar Odom and Kardashian ain't even together no more.
No, I'm saying if LeBron James chose a different woman, so let's say he chose Amber Rose, or let's say he chose, like, I'm trying to think of people, like I just thought of somebody.
Kim Kardashian. She would have cashed
out.
No,
not Kim Kardashian, because she has so much money, like she would be powerful. I'm talking about, let's say he chose a woman like Amber Rose. She is like more popular. She's known as kind of being loose, and she doesn't seem to be. Well, I don't know. She might be family oriented. I don't know. But let's just say he chose a different type of woman. Would his life be the same?
Okay, so little known fact about Amber Rose that you don't see on television all the time.
That's just one. Okay, let me.
Hold on, but you asked, so I'm answering. You asked. Amber Rose has a lot of influence when it comes to charitable donations. Okay. I slick think that on the right arm or on the arm of somebody like LeBron or another athlete, this is her who could get on a screen, a platform like this, and say, "Hey, y'all, we need X amount of dollars for this charity." Those same slut shame, whatever her thing was, the slut walk and all that stuff that she does. Those same people.
So you said you have to change who she is.
She has
to be the Rose of today.
But she has that influence because of Kanye. Let's say LeBron chose Amber Rose prior to Kanye. Nobody knew who Amber Rose was before. And let's say she continued to do the slut shaming thing or whatever, the slut walk, whatever it's called. She continued to be
if the one. If she could create a following with Kanye, she could do it with LeBron.
Hold on, what?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you saying LeBron and Kanye is the same type of people then? LeBron, you think LeBron will be Amber Rose?
Well, yeah. Okay, so now we getting into type of influence, but I'm with Tony. My thing is, it doesn't. We didn't specify what type of influence. We just said influence, right? Right, Tony. We just been talking about influence.
I'm talking about influence, and so here's.
I got something for y'all.
Darn, let me give you the best analogy I can think of.
I got something for you.
If you in the desert, and you hear me. If you in the desert, right? LeBron James is a faucet, right? His wife is a cup. He filled her up with water. Now both you can get water from both. Which one are you going? Which one is really the power versus somebody like Beyonce and Jay-Z? They're both faucets. They came from their own water source. They have their own sources of water. Her source of water is from LeBron James. You can't change it. Like that's where it's from.
But they're a couple now. They're a couple now.
Right. No, she's a cup. Not a couple. She's a cup.
She's not part of the team no more. She just like nah, goddamn, you the cup. Like, I'm
saying
that's not important. So she's just not important in his life.
No, he didn't say she wasn't important.
could be considered a power couple. Who you marry makes a difference. That's
y'all have to understand and be real with how y'all how y'all determine a power couple, and y'all determine it off money and fame. So let's just say
influence.
Okay, influence. Okay, so would Tina Turner and Ike Turner be a power couple?
Yes.
And they were. They were. You know why? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, Mr. Music Man. Let me tell you why, Mr. Music Man. Because when we now
even stay together.
We talking about
she was trying to get out there. How you gonna be a power couple? You trying to get out the couple?
You said if they were, let me speak. Would they be?
Hold on, let me speak. Let me speak. I'm with Tony on the example of the faucet. Okay. Some people are faucets, some people the water coming out, whatever. Everybody got role to play. What I'm saying to you, you said, how is Tina Turner and Ike Turner, how were they a power couple? Okay. You got Ike, who is basically the father of the blues, right? Like before Ike, nobody was really, you didn't really hear folk and blues played at a mainstream level. Know your history behind that, okay? And then you got Tina Turner, a woman of color, who was actually one of the few women other than the Supremes that made it onto the Ed Sullivan Show, mainstream cable television. I don't care what nobody say. Back in the 50s and 60s, when you cut on your TV after 6 o'clock and you see black people on TV, that was a big deal to see Ike and Tina
Ms.
on
Jovo,
TV.
I get everything you said. This is what I'm about to stop you at. You have to understand.
Hold on. Wait. I'm not finished. Y'all are talking about like the different types of influences and the different level of influence. I'm just saying, if they can both influence and gather a crowd, no matter how they do it, I see them as a power couple.
But that's your definition of a power couple.
My thing is this: I think a lot of women. I think a lot of women like Tina Turner, and a lot of men. Hold on.
In your own respect,
I think a lot of women. I think a lot of women did idolize Tina Turner, and I think a lot of want to be pimps like men like Ike. But didn't no woman want to be married to an Ike?
That ain't what I said, Darwin.
No. So when we talk about power couple,
you asked me how they would be a power couple. Okay, Darwin, we ain't talking about their principles and values. You asked me about how they would be a power couple, and I'm telling you about influence. Ike beat on every woman he was with, but you cannot take away the fact that Ike Turner opened doors for black musicians that were not opened. Okay, you cannot take that away from him.
Ms. Jovo, when you look at Ike and Tina Turner, do you look at them and be like, this is the type of relationship I want to be in?
They're not an average couple, but they are a power couple because they're able to generate a lot.
I did not say that. How can they be seen as a power couple? And I told you.
I don't think a power
couple. As a couple, you don't want to be that. As their money, you want their influence and their fame. As
Darwin,
you don't want that.
We didn't say nothing about desiring to be like these couples. You asked were they a power couple. You didn't ask me if I wanted to be like them. The short answer to that question is no. But you have to understand that how you see a power couple isn't necessarily how others see power couples. So like infidelity in a lot of these dynamics. Okay, and Tony, back me up on this. Like for instance, how many years do we go by and we hear all the time about LeBron James, this and that, he got women on the side, blah, 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 blah. Out of all them years that people have been saying that, and to talk about him having an illegitimate child outside his marriage, not one time have you seen his wife say anything about she got a problem with that or whatever. People see things in relationships differently than other people do. Like for Savannah James, if let's just say, for instance, it is women coming in and out of these hotel rooms during away games. For her, that may not be an importance of her. That may not be a something that they hold to a higher standard in their relationship if said rumors are true. Different people are just different.
When I think of a power couple, I think of a couple that a person to be like, this is the type of relationship I would want to be in. Y'all, what y'all saying is y'all just saying
not necessarily, dog.
Y'all saying this is the type of lifestyle I want. I want to be an influence. I want this type of money. Y'all ain't saying nothing about
you
the
asked me how people could
of
see them as a power couple. That's what you asked. And I answered your question.
I just asked you, did you ever want to be like Ike and Tina Turner?
And I said no, but that does not take away from the fact that they were a
They're
power
not an
couple.
influential couple. They're not an influential couple as far as this is the couple type of. They're influential people. identity wise. Tina Turner makes great music. She does this before I did this. Those are two powerful people. Now when they come together, they were not the same. They were motherfucking chaotic. And no, I don't want to be like that. That's not
y'all late 80s and 90s
people.
kids need to read the book and stop just watching the movies. Know your history, because back then they were considered a power couple. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying it's somebody that they want to be like.
I could see somebody arguing. So I kind of see it a little different. So I could see somebody arguing they're a power partnership business wise. Yeah. But then if you want to consider them a couple, then I don't know.
If you ask 100 women if they want to be in a relationship like I can see, they gonna tell you no. So that's not an influential couple.
It has nothing to do with their power, though, Darwin.
I think
as a couple, as a couple. Y'all listen to the keyword couple. Like,
if you want to change the conversation to something like, "Hey, do you want to be in this relationship?" We can talk about.
That's why y'all keep saying that's why y'all.
Because I don't want to be with Jay-Z. I don't want to be Jay-Z. I wouldn't want to be Beyonce. I believe that they both live lives where there's an incredible amount of pressure put on everything that they do. They are scrutinized. They have a lot of responsibilities. They have a lot of see like for me, like one of my pastimes is walking to the mall. And being Beyonce right now and walking to say Bell Harbor in Miami, which is like that's where the celeb shop. She can't even do that. She got to send somebody out to get what she want. If she want to shop, she can't even be seen.
That's like personal stuff. Like, but what we saying is,
but isn't that what you're saying though? I can't say that, but you can say
we're not talking about the outside.
You saying you want to be
the couple.
I think Darwin may be talking about like what type of influence do these two people as a couple together?
Yeah, y'all keep talking about separate stuff that they doing, like LeBron James does. We talking about couple
at the time.
What they do together? What magic do they make together?
If Tina and Ike were alive today,
Tina and Ike were married
together today,
even what was going on behind the scenes, they had such a.
So y'all keep talking about money and okay, we know they can fill an arena. Tina Turner can fill an arena by herself.
But that's what they.
We already know this.
That's what's important.
We talking about them as a couple. They came together to do what? What? Okay, because it don't matter that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever, but he's going to be that. We already know this. Okay, his shit is solidified. He's a legend.
Darwin.
Now him as a couple, as a husband, and Savannah as a wife. What do they?
You talking about principles and values?
When we see both of them, what do we see?
You are talking about principles and values.
Couple, they together. We ain't talking about they career. We talking about them as a couple.
Yeah,
right.
Like what can they? Because you could be a great, wonderful person. You could have so many skills and talents and be financially savvy. If you get with the wrong person, your outcome will not be the same.
So them together.
That's what we're saying. Like, do they both do? Are they bringing something different? Yeah. Of course. Is LeBron
okay?
So I'm not knocking neither one of them.
Is LeBron as replaceable or irreplaceable or replaceable as Savannah?
Only when you talk about money.
Savannah's more replaceable, of course. But together, you can say that they produce something that is worthy, that people want, that's fruitful. You can say that together as a couple, they have some power. I guess you can say I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing it. I can see both sides.
Because when I hear people talking about LeBron and Savannah, I hear them talking about a lot of family things, and that has nothing to do with money. I hear them talking about how they're together at the games. I hear them talking about how Savannah compliments him well, how she's not out embarrassing him in public, shaking her ass. I hear them talk about them as a couple because that's couple stuff. Now, when you want to talk about who making the money, that's a different thing. We know LeBron making the money.
Couple, Darwin, they're a good couple. I'm not saying it now. I keep saying she's a good wife and good mother. They're a good couple. We're talking about power couples.
But so if you took LeBron's $1 million away, they would still be up, and you'd be like, look at this couple. Do you think people like that's the type of couple I want to be? Do you think that?
Maybe I don't know them personally, but they're good. But I would imagine that they're a good couple.
So if you could take LeBron's $1 million away and you see them doing the things for their kids and they're happy and she's not embarrassing him, then you can say they're a power couple.
I could say they're a good couple. They have no influence.
They need the money. They need the money. They need the money, right?
They need the influence.
All right, so let's
influence to make the money.
So
they need the power.
And
so we just went from.
Let me reiterate. Let me reiterate.
Hold on, Tony. We just at the beginning of the conversation, you said two people set out to accomplish one thing, a thing, and they hit their goal, and that's a power couple. But now you saying they need the money and the influence now.
This I could look. I changed my opinion based on your wife's comment, which is you can't be poor. I was like, okay, cool. Static electricity versus stock it. So I'm like, I do get that you need to have some type of money. You know what I mean to make it. Like there's plenty of great couples out there, but it's like, oh, that's a power couple.
Okay, cool. I get it. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it needs to be.
So for you do need some money. The money has to be in there.
You need some influence, bro. You need to influence.
Because me, I don't need anybody to want to be like me to be like for me to be a power. Like if me and my wife say we about to do this, like you say, like if you live in an apartment and you go and get a house, then that was y'all goal. Then y'all just bust a power move. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but once you talk about the celebrities,
right.
What I'm
you
saying
said,
is people have two different two.
Darwin, say that again. You said if you want to go somewhere. No, Darwin was saying if you want to go somewhere real quick, you can just pick up and go because you got money.
What?
What you just say? You just said.
I said we were saying if two people get together and they say they want to get they stay in an apartment and they want to go and get a house and they accomplish that, they just bust a power move. So at first that's what you were saying, like that's what you thought was a power couple and stuff like that. Now if LeBron James has this Savannah, it's not a power couple because he makes so much more money. And he's much more of an influencer than her. So now they can't be a power couple because he has way more than her.
Not way, but he's just a faucet. Like it's not even she's not a factor in any major thing happening. She's a factor in maintaining the house.
You think his life, this brings me back to the question. You think his life would be the same? The same. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be a successful basketball player. But do you think that his life would be the same had he married a woman that was not like Savannah?
Had he married another good woman, it would have been exactly.
No, I said a woman not like Savannah.
What's a woman not like Savannah? What's a woman not like Savannah?
I'm trying to say a woman that wouldn't be patient, wouldn't tend to the family, wouldn't be selfless, wouldn't carry herself well in public. A woman that wasn't smart, a woman that was a cheater.
I think he would
be Carmelo Anthony and Lala. Carmelo and Lala Anthony. Is that a power couple?
Carmelo and
they were.
Yeah, but I don't know they was like that. But I would say
because Lala was influencing rooms when you were in middle school. Let's just go there. Like this girl started out as a host.
So I agree with you. So let's just say your value of being a power couple is based off money and influence. Yes,
money, influence,
because Carmelo
and
Anthony
power
was cheating and having outside babies. No woman wants that.
We're not talking about values and morals right now.
I know y'all not. I know y'all not. Y'all talking about money. I know y'all not. Y'all talking about money. So of course y'all not talking about that. Y'all not talking about the other thing.
Can you please read the definition that you looked up earlier of what a power couple is?
Yeah, it didn't say money neither though, or influence.
No. But please read the definition.
There is no definition for power couple. We made that.
It said your success by your own rights. By your rights.
Okay.
So it didn't say how much money or influence
by the rights of whom? Are we talking like their careers? Are we talking their church? Are we talking their family? Are we talking their fans?
I can't go with they talk. I'm just asking you, what do you base off your own rights? And for what I'm getting from y'all base it off money and influence, and y'all don't care about the other stuff.
That we never said we didn't care about.
I got the definition.
That's fair.
We never said we didn't care about the other stuff. You did not hear me say
I asked y'all about the other stuff, I gave y'all like 5 different couples, And
Darwin,
only because y'all
when
kept
did I
on
ever
saying,
say I didn't care? When did I say I
said
didn't care about other people?
Argentina,
but it's not a factor in whether or not
Argentina, and y'all was like, yeah,
I never said it wasn't a factor. I never said it wasn't a factor. I said those are.
But you're not acting like it's a factor.
No, that,
Because y'all,
I never said.
If you think that Ike and Tina are a power couple, then it can't be a factor. Come on now.
And LeBron and Savannah power couple and Ike and Tina. Just look at put them two couples together.
You gonna let me?
LeBron,
you gonna let me talk?
Ike.
You gonna let me talk?
Ike.
You gonna let me
LeBron,
talk so I
Ike.
can explain? Because you cut me off the first time.
LeBron and Ike.
Darwin,
I'm listening.
can I finish?
Yes.
Okay. The only reason why I said they would be considered a power couple is because of what they accomplished in terms of money and influence during their time. Not one time when we first started talking about power couple did we bring up ethics, morals, values, or integrity or anything like that.
I did.
For me, hold on. For me, those are separate. Now, when we bring those into the category, when you start talking about principles, morals, values, having some type of ethical compass to guide you to make good decisions, okay, you got power couples, and then you got power couples who are like at that type of standard, okay, where their power is not only measured by what they have and who they can influence, but how they actually live their life. For me, it's layers to it. But we didn't talk about them layers.
But y'all haven't been saying that. Y'all haven't included.
No, but that's why
we
I
didn't
kept asking
in the beginning of the conversation. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all compared Obama.
We were talking about power and
it was just
influence when the conversation started.
Okay,
I did not know we were gonna bring morals and ethics and all that stuff.
No, but we started the conversation like we do all conversations, very broad. You answer it from your perspective, and so it sounds like, you know, I'm about to close out. It sounds like Darwin considers not just money and influence, but also values and like whether or not other people would admire this couple. You guys kind of weren't really considering that, and I'm not saying that's wrong. You guys weren't considering that at first, and that's why I think we kind of weren't seeing eye to eye.
We're considering power. It's the word power.
But think about it.
No, it's subjective. I get it. It's subjective.
But I'm thinking about what our viewers might jump in and saying. I'm thinking about in general in the world. I agree that those things are important. I definitely agree that those things are important. Like having an ethical, a moral code, a compass, ethics, more integrity, all that stuff is very, very important, and it should be priority. But I was thinking when we were talking about power couple, we talking about like y'all brought up LeBron and Savannah. I don't know their ethical and moral code. I don't know them personally.
Okay.
I only know what the media shows me. You see what I'm saying? So when we start talking about all those things, I got to start talking about people that I actually know. Because you can look like anything in front of a camera.
Well, I got you, Jumbo. I got you.
We do know Ike used to be Tina. So I mean, come on now, we know that.
He go one for y'all.
What I'm saying is that a couple can behave, a couple can have bad behavior and abuse between them, but it does not take away from the fact they both were able to accomplish career-wise during their time. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say that Ike being on Tina was good. That's not what I said.
Hey, what about Blueface and Krishan? Power couple or not?
I don't know where Krishan came from. Who is that?
I don't know either. I don't watch reality TV like that.
Oh my God! Now y'all don't know.
Y'all don't know
because they influence is deep.
I literally only know these people from Facebook. I literally only know them from.
Well, they got shows.
I've never seen them on television.
Tell me where Krishan came. I don't know where she came from.
Her mama.
All right, y'all. We gotta close out.
So I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about morals, ethics, and principles, I got to know these people to talk about that stuff.
Okay.
All right.
So let's go ahead and close out. We're gonna do famous last words. So if nobody remembers anything else you said tonight, now you want to come back, can it? She was sick of y'all drama.
I'm frozen. Hold on, I gotta go out and come back in. I'm frozen.
So if nobody remembers anything else you said tonight, what is the one thing you would want them to remember? Your famous last words. Who likes to go first? No, now y'all quiet. He love you.
I'm gonna let Darwin go. He got a lot to say.
All right, but it gotta be 30 seconds. 30 seconds or below.
I didn't say everything I gotta say, but for my famous last words, just be true to yourself. I just want to let you. My favorite power couple, is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, because I feel like they are true to themselves. They don't care what nobody say. They do what they want to do. They make the boundaries for their own relationship, and it don't matter if you understand it or who else understands it. They understand it, and as long as they being successful within their unit and their own truth, that's a power couple to me. And I look up to them.
All right. Thank you. Who likes to go next?
I go.
Go ahead, Kenny.
You been quiet this whole conversation.
Let's make sure that we keep an eye on the Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion drama. Like I feel like it's about to be lit for the whole first quarter of 2024. So have fun, y'all.
That's all Kenny cares about tonight. All right. Tony, you want to go?
Sure, I'll go.
Tell us where, if you're okay with that, where the people can find you.
Yeah, I'm not really on YouTube like that, but I appreciate y'all for inviting me on there. I mainly deal in real estate investment stuff. I can be found on Instagram, Tony Real Estate, TONY Real Estate, all one word on Instagram.
Okay, and your famous last words.
Famous last words would be, everything is subjective. It's kind of hard to put something specifically in the box, but mainly you just need to do what makes the best sense for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Do what makes the best sense for you. Tony Real Estate, y'all. Find him. All right. Who's next? Jovo, Mrs. Jovo.
Absolutely.
You have lots to
Absolutely. I did. And I just want to tell everybody out there who is struggling with infidelity in your relationship, please seek professional help. Number one. Number two, and my final thought on this, to those men who cheated and now she put you out, there are consequences to your actions. Your roles have been downgraded. You went from big daddy, husband, family man, the king, the big kahuna, to now you just them kids' father, and I used to be married to her. Which role, which names you gonna try to preserve? Do better, vibrate higher.
All right, y'all. Y'all are funny. All right, y'all. So that concludes our show. Thank you all for joining. Before I go, I do want to just remind you of our shows. We're coming up soon, y'all, but just keep it in the back of your minds. We have a Candid with Cannon coming up soon. Candid with Cannon, not on Clubhouse, on YouTube every third Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We got a convo with Jovo. Get your free therapy every third Thursday. And
if you a cheating husband, though, I might bill you.
It won't be free if you cheat. And then our girl Raven wasn't feeling well, but Real Talk with Raven will be every fourth Monday of the month at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Darwin has a show that's coming out real soon about R&B. Tell us about it.
So I'm trying to get something together for a Valentine's Day special. I have a special guest coming on. We gonna put a special Valentine's Day playlist together for the ladies. It's gonna be comprised of like 14 songs. We're gonna put that together, and hopefully y'all can vibe off of it and use it on your Valentine's Day nightcap. We're gonna talk about the songs and how it relates to your life and what you was going through when you heard that song and stuff like that. So we go put together a nice little playlist for y'all. It's gonna be real nice, grown and sexy. I'm gonna be getting everything together, and I'm gonna be plugging it soon. So just be on the watch for that.
Okay. And we're also doing a V-Day show next week. Okay, it's gonna be all about dating. Okay, so stay tuned. C Love will be back with us as well, right? You gonna come back, right? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. As a single guy, I gotta come check it out.
Gotta represent. You gotta tell us about this shitty ass dating pool.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Peace out.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye.